Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Making sure everything is looking okay. Okay, I don't need that anymore. All right, give me a moment while I look for some stuff at the last minute. Yeah, there's a South Park related video. Hey there, Brett. There's a South Park related video that Bloom's just uploaded, which I really, really want to take a look at because I think that it will be. Because hello, konbanwa gozaimasu, Pinnacle. I know that Brett thinks that you went swimming. Yeah. I went to play DDR last night, and I finally did well for the first time on a Tuesday in 3 weeks at least. I got some really good, actually some pretty decent scores on some songs. I mean, it wasn't as good as I would like for it to be, but it was still a very good session. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. There's a PFC on a level 15 that I've been meaning to reclaim because I had it stuck on a previous version, and now I have it, and now I reclaimed it on a current version. And then I got 2 new 15s that were PFC'd, and I'm now, for the most part, all caught up on all of my song clears. There was like this 118 that I had yet to clear because for some reason the past 2 weeks I hadn't been doing so well, but I was able to get through it. And then there's well, now I've got a whole bunch of now I have a whole bunch of things to unlock. I have to play some other game. Spending the weekend with parents. Nice. That's always nice to hear. Yeah, I have to play some other games in order to unlock some of them. There's this, there's the Bimani Pro League Season 5 that's been, I don't know if it's ongoing. I haven't kept up with it in a while, but for every one of these Pro League seasons, there's usually some sort of unlock event for the participating games. Like it's DDR, Beatmania 2DX, and Sound Voltex. And there's usually, been pretty happy so far. That's good to hear. Yeah, and then you get to unlock songs from, they like crossover songs from each of the games. Like DDR gets some songs from 2DX and Sound Voltex. Voltex gets some from 2DX and DDR, and so on and so forth. But it works differently than last time. Like, the previous Triple Tribe event is what they call it. It worked a very specific way where you just you have to accumulate points by playing each of the games, and this time around there's a new gimmick that if you play all the other games then you can accelerate the point values, but I'm going to hold it off till the last minute because I'm the master procrastinator. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to continue on with... I think the problem that I was having the last 2 weeks is that I've been waiting too long to actually play. Because I usually go to the Chinese restaurant down the street to carbo load, and it's usually a lot, which... raw cardio. Obviously, you want to have a high-carb meal that'll at least 2 to 3 hours before playing or doing that kind of activity and all that, so that's that. Oh, and also, I finally got the 4th ending to Eli's story in Tales Noir Prelude, so I'm happy about that. As it turns out, all 3 of them get to live, and, yeah, and then that happens. So, that's about it on that front. Let's see. I don't really have too much else to talk about. Now, there's these 2 videos that I wanted to warm up with, but I might save them for a little later. I do want to get to that South Park video, but I want to warm up, quote-unquote. I've actually been saving this language simp video about the Turkish language, which, yeah, I don't really know that much about it besides the languages that it's related to. But yeah, it's part of the wider... Hold on, I have to click this. Yeah. Swimming with your mom tomorrow and Saturday. Alright, that sounds like fun. Alright, here, let me go ahead and switch it over. Let's get ourselves warmed up. As you can see, we got it coming up right here, so I don't really know too much about Turkish or any of the related Turkic languages, which also includes the likes of Azerbaijani, Kazakh, Uzbek, Turkmen, Kyrgyz, Uyghur, and several others that are scattered throughout Russia, such as Tatar. I can't remember all of them. There's some that exist in Siberia as well, and they're all like related to each other. Now, the funny thing about the Turkic language family is that a Turk from Turkey is going to look very, very different from a Turkic person from Siberia. Like, I remember this meme picture of some Kazakh athlete who looks East Asian. Like, she's got that the typical, like, quote-unquote East Asian features, like the quote-unquote Asian eyes, which is technically called the epicanthic fold. It's like she's Kazakh, which are a Turkic people. And yet they look very different from Turks from Turkey. And this has to partially do with the fact that Turkey being in the Middle East, like, there was a lot of assimilation into the Turkic culture that took place during Ottoman times. Like, there's a lot of genetic diversity there that's for the longest time, like Anatolia, which is where Turkey is today, was under the control of the Greeks through the Byzantine Empire. So some of the people would have a lot of Greek ancestry, and then there's also like typical Middle Eastern stuff as well. And if you go all the way to Siberia, the Turks there will look East Asian and all that. So that's just something quirky about the Turkic language family. It's more of a cultural thing than it really is genetic. I mean, you could say the same thing about other language families as well, but in my eyes, the Turkic family is one of the more obvious examples of this diversity. But we're not talking about the language family in general. We're going to be talking about specifically Turkish, the one that most people will think of when they think of Turkic. But before we get started, make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you check out Language Simp's original video, and let's go ahead and see whether or not how Constantinople got the works is nobody's business but the Turks. Because Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
The language is gluey. There is glue everywhere coming out of every letter, so much glue.
Is he talking about an agglutinative language? Is Turkish agglutinative? I know Hungarian is.
It's more like the noise someone makes when they're doing the punching. Sabrolarım naber. YouTube kanalıma teşrif edip şeref verdiniz. Benim adım Dilsep.
Baller Noah right there. Let's go.
Dalise, Amerikalıyım. Bugün sizlere birlikte Türkçe üzerine konuşacağız.
Türkçe.
Otherwise formerly known as Ottomanese.
Ottomanese.
Kebab language.
Kebab language. We must destroy kebab. Serbia commands us.
Uzbek too.
Uzbek too. Are they part of the same group? Like, there's 3 major branches of the Turkic language family. Because I know that Turkish, Azerbaijani, and I think Turkmen are part of the same branch. I think it's the Oghuz branch, and I know that Kazakh, Tatar, are part of the Kipchak branch. There's a 4th extinct branch, but, you know. Suffixian, okay.
Dr. Oz language.
Oh, is Dr. Oz Turkish?
This is the 17th episode of Language Review, a series where I go through the languages of the world and review them, sort of like a...
Egypt? Oh, wait. Oh, no, I didn't see this one. Well, actually, I have seen this one, but just not to the...
video game reviewer. And at the end of the video, I'll give them an official rating from Dogwater to GigaChad on the Simp scale.
Let's go.
If you're serious about learning
I don't remember what he plays Spanish as.
Language and want to see more videos from me, check out my Patreon page where I post bi-weekly...
I think he put Japan in Dogwater because of weeb culture, even though the irony is Japanese people really like weebs because they think that nobody really likes Japan, even though a lot of people like Japan.
Weekly videos and answer your language learning questions one-on-one. If you enjoy this video, let me know which language I should review next in the comments, and without further ado, Hadi bakalım.
Hadi bakalım.
Turkey, I love turkey. I eat it with gravy on Thanksgiving with my family.
Oh yeah, fun fact. The reason why we call them turkeys is because Turkey, or the Ottoman Empire, was one of the first places that they were imported to from the New World, and so the name just kind of stuck.
Shut up. That's such a stupid recycled joke. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Oh, sorry. But I also love Turkey, the country.
Excuse me? I believe you mean Turkiye?
Turkiye? You mean Eswatini instead of Swaziland?
No, Turkey, the country with the red flag.
There's a lot of countries with red flags. In fact, this whole video is a red flag.
It's Turkiye. Stop dead naming it. Anyway, the turkey is a large bird in the genus Meleagris, native to North America. Sorry, I mean a turkey is when you get 3 strikes in
That too.
a row when bowling. Okay, sorry, Lütfen beni affedin, I couldn't resist. The Turkish language is mainly spoken by over 70 million NPCs in Turkey, which is one of my favorite countries in Europe.
Kind of. I mean, they want to be considered European, like, really badly. It reminds me of that there's a random descriptions on Instagram, people saying that Japan is turning their footsteps into electricity. I don't even know what that means.
There they have gorgeous cities with...
Oh, yes, I remember. There's that one documentary that got a lot of traction on YouTube about the cats of Istanbul, and it was called Katie, I think.
Stray cats everywhere,
yes.
Breathtaking nature, skibbity bop bop, hair...
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, wait. No, we need to look at that video of the Turkish man trying to do the Yevon polka scat with the drum and the cat jam gif. Or GIF, as Shadow the Hedgehog pronounces it.
People like me, vendors who repeatedly steal the ice cream you literally...
Oh, this literally Dairy Queen be like?
...really just paid for, and really good soap
Ashki Memnu.
operas. I could think of like 31 reasons why I'd want to visit Turkey, so I'll name a few. I'd love to...
I want to visit... There's one reason why I would ever visit Turkey, and that's to see the ancient 10,000-year-old sites of Taştepeler, which includes the likes of Göbekli Tepe, Karahan Tepe, and various other super ancient sites.
Book a ticket on Turkish Hairlines and get a
Hairlines, yes.
nice affordable Turkish hair transplant. Maybe you get a discount if you speak their language. And I'd also love to try Turkish oil wrestling.
That's a thing?
My favorite sport to watch, where large men cover their bodies in olive oil and compete to achieve a rather strange objective. And I also really need to...
Oh, that's right. I remember this. I remember that there's literally a city in Turkey called Batman, and they tried to sue DC for using the city's name, and it's like, how was anyone here in the US supposed to know that there's a city in Turkey called Batman?
see what the heck is going on in Batman, which is a real place. But
Yeah.
most of all,
That actually reminds me that there's a city in somewhere in Latin America called Roxas City or something like that, and Roxas is a Kingdom Hearts character.
love to meet Malum Kishi,
The one who shall not be named. Well, you just named him.
one who shall not be named, who is extremely handsome and tall and perfect. You and Malum Party are great. Please don't arrest me when I come to your country.
Sure.
However, no other place is as well known for having Turkish speakers than Western Turkey.
Western Turkey. That's... Bunda would say that this is very accurate.
I mean, jerky. I mean,
Jerky Turkany.
Turkany, Turkland, Germany, which is home to around 3 million speakers.
No, it's like people in Albania talking about how great Albania it is, but they live in Germany.
And Turkish is also spoken by minority groups in other places, such as Western Europe, the Balkans, the Middle East, as well as... Wait, why does that look like a bad cosplay of the USA?
Fun fact, I remember seeing a cloud one time that looked almost exactly like Cyprus. Don't ask me why I remembered that, I just did.
Cyprus, where it's a co-official language. And then Azerbaijani is mutually intelligible, so practically speaking, you automatically unlock this DLC when you
Yeah,
learn the
pretty
language.
much.
Unfortunately, we don't have too many Turkish-speaking NPCs in the USA, but the ones we do have tend to be in New Jersey. Really? New Jersey?
Is there like a little Turkey in New Jersey? Because I know that Texas has a little Laos.
What the So with about 80 million NPCs speaking it worldwide, learning Turkish will unlock you quite a lot of DLC. But did you know that you, yes you, already speak this language?
I'm
According
sure.
to the Sun language theory popularized by nationalist Hüseyin Cahit Yalçın, all human languages originated from Turkish.
Oh. And here some people thought they originated from Hebrew.
So German, Swahili, French, American, and everything else are all just dialects of kebab language. I think he was onto something.
I mean, there is the idea that the Indo-European languages originated in Anatolia, although it's not quite as popular as the steppe hypothesis.
But while Turkish does have dialects itself, it's not as much of a fustercluck as languages like Vietnamese and Italian, where
No kidding.
everything differs from town to town.
Right, yeah, because I know that, like, in Italian, they call them the dialetti, but a lot of them are mutually unintelligible. Like, the Sardinian language, especially in the north, is generally believed to be the closest to Latin, because it preserves a lot of features that were lost in other Romance languages.
Instead, within Turkey, you mainly just have a few major dialect groups shown here.
So these are all supposed to be Turkish?
Oh wait, wrong map.
Yes.
That's Greece. There we go. Rookie American mistake. They're basically the same thing anyway, you can't blame me.
A lot of people ship them in Hetalia.
First we have Western Anatolian, and this is normie Turkish, and it sounds clear with neutral pronunciation like American English.
I'm sure, since I'm pretty sure that's where the capital is, right? Because a lot of standardized varieties of languages tend to be based around where their capitals are.
Standard Turkish, which is what you'll probably learn, is based on the variety of Western Anatolian spoken in Constantinople.
Because Istanbul was Constantinople, and now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
I mean, Istanbul. Sorry, I was born in 1452 before they changed the name.
Oh yeah, how it got the works is no one's business but the Turks.
Then we have Eastern Anatolian, and this is fun GigaChad Turkish.
I'm sure it is. That's where Göbekli Tepe is.
They've got a heavier, more rough and tough accent with some based Kurdish influence.
Oh, well, don't tell them that. They refuse to acknowledge the existence of any Kurdistan, or at least the Turkish government does.
I'd say it's relatable to Scottish English. Then we have Black Sea or Northeastern Anatolian, and this is spicy Turkish. It's melodic and sing-songy, and other Turks love to meme their dialect. It reminds me of Jamaican English, very
Is that
beautiful,
so?
distinct, and memorable.
Does it have influence from Georgian?
And lastly, there's one village in Turkey where they speak bird
Kuşkui.
language and whistle to each other to communicate.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't they do that on the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa, northwest Africa?
But now if we leave Turkey and go to the little American-looking island, here in Cyprus they speak Cypriot Turkish, which is influenced by Greek. And these NPCs sound so cute and adorable. They could be cursing you out and you'd still smile. Aw, it reminds me of Brazilians. And if we fly to the least controversial region on Earth, we
Yes, least controversial, as if it wasn't called the powder keg of Europe.
find Balkan Turkish. Wait, how'd it get there?
A little someone called Ottoman.
It feels like there must have been an empire or something at some point. The
Kind of.
dialects here are a bit old-fashioned, and they do some cool fusion stuff where they add words from their local languages. I've heard Bulgarian Turkish, and it's pretty hardcore. Then in Iraq and Syria, they have a more guttural dialect influenced heavily by the greatest language ever,
Oh yeah, represent 12% of my people.
El Arabiya. So they often replace
Arabiya.
the K sound with a K. Next we have Caucasus Turkish, which is
Caucasus, who calls it? I've always pronounced it Caucasus.
also old-fashioned and influenced by languages of the region, including Ruski. Then you've got the diaspora in Turkey and the Turkey lands.
Turkey lands, let's go.
Basically just speak standard Turkish, but might add a rogue diga or mocker in their sentence.
Okay, let's not mispronounce Diggo over there.
From time to time. I heard a ton of Turkish when I was traveling in Germany, especially in the best airport on earth, Flughafen Frankfurt, Maine. And if you want to go speak Turkish in Turkey or travel anywhere else, you should check out.
Okay, and not to get all controversial, how many of those people are one of those immigrants?
Saley, who I'd like to thank for sponsoring this video.
All
Saley
right.
is a new eSIM service app that offers you several affordable Download the Saley app and
Here, if you want to check it out.
use code LanguageSimp at checkout or scan the code on screen to get started. Now it's time to talk about the writing system. The
All right.
Turkish
Yeah.
language used to be written in the gorgeous Arabic script for about 900 years until being replaced practically overnight in 1928 by Turkey's George Washington.
Yes, Ataturk. Yeah, he wanted to basically He wanted to after the Ottoman Empire fell. Ataturk wanted to basically not only modernize Turkey but westernize it as well. Because they want even to this day they want to be considered as they want to be part of the European Union, and they're like honorary at best. I don't remember their official status.
Mustafa Kemal Ataturk.
Yeah.
This work of art, as beautiful and perfect as it was a bit too hard to pair with Turkish phonetics, so Ataturk decided the American alphabet would be a better fit. That's crazy to
America.
me. Imagine if Trump tomorrow was like, I love Russia.
Yes, let's switch to actually the Cyrillic writing system would suit English better than the Latin one. Low key, there's a letter for pretty much a lot of sounds. Like instead of writing with the ch, the ch sound, There's a letter for that in Cyrillic. Instead of like having two different J sounds, there's a letter for that as well. And then a sh sound, there's a letter for that. No, it honestly, no. Low-key, Cyrillic would be very good to write English with.
He is a big, beautiful crab. We must all now write in Cyrillic.
And Ataturk was a total Gigachad. He himself then toured the country to teach the new writing system to all the NPCs.
Yeah.
So nowadays, Turkish
Yeah, they had to relearn this from scratch.
is written in a modified version of the American alphabet with 29 letters instead of the normal 26. I bet it's similar enough to what we use, so let's just run through it quickly. A, B, J. Wait, J? What?
J.
The doner kebab? Must have been a typo. However, a lot of letters still are normal, so let's focus in on the quirked up mutant creatures. The C is a furry with a tail coming out its
It's called a sedilla.
behind, and it makes the ch sound like in chilies.
Yeah.
Then the normal G is gay, pronounced like g g g, but the G with a bowl on top makes the sound.
Makes it. I think it's the g.
Wait, what? Why is this a thing? I hate silent letters. You're
Is it silent? I thought it was like a soft g sound, which I know is a sound that exists in Arabic. It's the letter ghain.
under arrest, buddy. Go hang out with your friends.
Oh, well, at least these two serve a function. I think this is the hard sign and this is the soft sign. They're a little hard to explain. It has to deal with something they both have to deal with something called palatalization, which is where you make Y like y sounds, but that's a topic for another time.
It's called the Umashak gay, and it sort of extends the vowel before it, and some
Oh, so it's a long vowel marker.
hard mode dialects go feral with it.
Japanese has something similar to that. It's just a horizontal line that extends a vowel.
Turn it into other stuff. And then we stumble upon my worst nightmare.
Uh-oh.
This is a very normal and
Oh, I know about this.
standard I, and it's pronounced like E. But if you decapitate the letter, that is,
Okay, good night, Jack.
cut the dot off the top, it becomes a new letter, and this makes the sound.
Sound.
It's like a short
Oh yeah, I know about this one. Cadenarin.
little manlet stick that looks really bizarre in words.
Yes, I know about this. It's a dotless
It's too
I.
tiny. Why are you hiding, little buddy? It reminds me a lot of
We should do the what's up. I should do the what's up first. What's up?
the Russian "uy" or
Ugh.
"uy," which
Ugh.
is the noise someone makes when they get punched. But to pronounce the Turkish "uy," it's more like the noise someone makes when they're doing the punching.
Did I do it right?
And then they have two O's. The naked O is normal, like
Oh yeah.
O, while the O with the nipples on top
I've never heard anyone call it nipples.
makes the
Sound like in German.
sound. Sort of like the noise baguette people make when you ask them a simple question.
Napoleon, you may, how you say, take a break.
Then the furry S with a tail makes the sh sound,
Yeah,
which I must admit
that's
is
just a
more
sh.
efficient than using S plus H. And
Yeah.
finally, we have two U's. The normal U is pronounced like ooh, while the U with the dots is more of a rounded ooh.
Like in German, once again.
So the alphabet doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, you might need to try boxing in order to get the ooh out, but other than that, nothing sticks out as difficult. Except the pesky Umashak gay. Come on out of prison,
Okay.
little buddy. Wait, where'd the Russian silent letters go? Hadilan Ordan. Even though it doesn't make a noise, the quirked up G has a big effect. This means
Da.
nothing. But if you add the
Da.
gangster G on the end, it extends the A vowel like da, and now it means mountain.
Mountain.
This is absolute nonsense.
Yamur.
But if you add our little button,
Yamur.
it turns into Yamur, and now it means rain.
Okay, in most other Latin-based systems, whenever they wanted to notate a long vowel, they would usually put a line above the letter itself, or a macron, but apparently Turkish had to go a step further and just create a special G.
And with that G and a bunch of other vowels, you'd think this language would be hard and annoying to pronounce, but it's really not. And this is
Yeah.
because Turkish has a magical supernatural abracadabra feature known as
Let's go.
vowel harmony.
Oh, I know what this is.
Turkish vowels come in groups, and the vowels in a certain group
Yes.
flow well and are easy to pronounce together. So the GigaChad Turkish developers
Şehirler kapalı.
made a rule where these vowels from one group will always be paired with one another.
Oh, yes, I know what vowel. Yeah.
They're almost segregated. The letter groups seem kinda racist? So vowels in the
Oh,
stem
no.
of a word
Güzel Güzelce.
It will flow nicely into vowels towards the end. You won't need to strain or injure your mouth or do gymnastics with your tongue like you have to in French and Russian. And this
Uses the Kazakh. No, was that the Kazakh flag?
feels really good as a learner, especially when you realize that you'll be adding a ton of suffixes to every word, so you'll need to know these vowel groups very well or you will go to prison. Erdogan
no.
himself said that if you're caught
You
getting
mean Erdogan?
the vowel harmony wrong even once, you will be sentenced to 5 years.
Well,
You
shit.
just said Malum Kishi's name.
Oh, was that his actual name?
Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Cut the camera.
Dikkat et. Silivri soğuktur.
Nah, that's propaganda.
I don't even know what that
Silivri
is.
sıcaktır. And partly thanks to vowel harmony, Turkish sounds beautiful. I find it relaxing to listen to. It's very flowy and
I'm
extremely
trying to remember if there are other languages that have vowel harmony.
smooth,
I vaguely remember Hungarian having it, but I'm not sure.
but with strong masculine undertones baked in. It's like a rhythmic machine gun. And the sounds that stick out to me the most are the frequent z's, ch's, and j's. It's like Polish, but with vowels. And
Oh, that's right.
surprisingly,
Oh, you mean like Georgian, but with vowels. Put it skvini.
people often say that Turkish sounds like Japanese. And at first,
Oh yeah, that I think I mentioned this in another stream where there's this idea that like it was the one about the Uralic languages that we listened to. The idea that the Uralic languages, Turkic, Mongolic, Japanese, Korean are all related to each other, and that they were known as the Turanic languages.
I didn't believe it until I heard some comparisons. It's actually crazy. Here, listen.
I mean, even Hungarians will say that, our language kind of sounds like Turkish. We kind of have this Hun steppe nomad little vibe going on here.
This, first in Turkish, then in Japanese.
Havacılıkla ilgili bilinen tüm yasalara göre bir arının uçabilmesi mümkün değil. Kanatları tombul vücudunu yerden kaldırmak için çok küçük. Ama arı tabii ki yine de uçuyor.
I mean, I can tell that it's not Japanese because it has a certain intonation to it that is vaguely Middle Eastern. No, I don't think so.
私の名前は金よちちゃんです。北朝鮮が大好きですよ。
No, that ain't it, Chief. I don't think so.
Uncanny resemblance. But seriously, linguists did used to think that Turkish was related to Japanese, but that's since been debunked. And
Yeah.
Turkish
Kind of. There are still some proponents of the Altaic theory.
music is straight flames. I love all the songs from this guy, Ajar Anyik. His lyrics speak to my
What a great comparison, yes.
soul.
Oh, Muskibim, Moose.
But nothing touches my heart as much as the girl group Manifest. They're
Ooh.
like twice, but better. And instead of K-pop, it's T-pop.
T-pop.
And I've memorized the entire dance that goes with their banger called Snap.
Snap.
Perhaps I'll film it and post it on Patreon.
I don't know. I mean, I do. Truth be told, I do some dances to certain songs, but no one's ever seen them.
But now let's talk about vocab. Turkish words are extremely Turkic. So you
Yes.
won't find many
Kitap, pajama, asansör.
cognates with most languages unless you speak Arabic, Persian, or maybe French. For me, Turkic vocab is a complete new beast. So
Yeah.
let's start with a simple, common word so you don't get too overwhelmed. Görüşürüz.
Görüşürüz.
Holy crap, this word looks insane. It's like a body-modified Hot Topic employee with piercings.
Yes, pretty much. She's missing the Invader Zim t-shirts and the Funko Pops.
Let's skip that one and look at Czechoslovak Yalilashtira Mizdanišiniz,
No, all I heard was Czechoslovak.
which means hello.
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm kidding. Hello is just merhaba.
Merhaba, that's from Arabic.
But this monstrosity means apparently you are from among those whom we couldn't make into a Czechoslovakian.
Okay, I see. Where's Bunda when we need him?
What the baklava? I'm serious, that is a
Lars from Steven Universe tried making baklava, but he couldn't because it looks so hard.
real comprehensible Turkish word, and I could think of a few uses for it. The reason some words are so wild is because Turkish is an agglutinative language,
Yeah.
which means you take one word, then attach anywhere from 1 to a billion suffixes on the end of it to
And you could also do it with prefixes as well.
create a very dense black hole of information. And there are suffixes for everything.
I'm
for
sure.
Example, for plural,
Yeah, Hungarian has this feature as well.
possession, location, direction, tense, aspect, mood, negation, ability, person, question, and evidentiality to name like 1% of them. Let's take the word Hindi and have some fun with it. Please fasten
Okay, let's see.
in your seatbelts. Hindi means Turkey in Turkish,
Does it?
like the animal, not the country. But if we add lar to the end of it, it
Hindiler. That's like 2 letters away from a certain mustachioed painter. Let's not bring that up.
becomes Hindiler, which means turkeys plural. Then add an im to that,
Indilerin.
and we get Hindilerim, meaning my turkeys. Add a
My
de,
tur-
and we get Hindilerimde, meaning in my turkeys.
In my turkeys.
Then kilar,
So, stuffing.
and we get Hindilerimde kilar, which means from the ones in my turkeys. Skip a few steps, and we get Hindilerimde kilar den missiones Jeseneler missiones, which roughly translates to as if you were from the ones in my turkeys.
Is that even a real word?
So yeah, imagine this type of structure repeated quickly
Turkeys, he said.
in a group setting with a bunch of Turks speaking informally to one another, and you'll see just how much of a challenge this language
Oh, let me guess. They called them Hindis because they were introduced to India at some
will
point.
be. It's not hard per se, but it's just so different from languages most of us are used to speaking. And if we look at one of these forms, notice that all the vowels are from one of the
Oh, yes. This is an example of the vowel harmony. Those are all front vowels.
vowel harmony groups, which allow you to easily create these suffixes yourself once you've memorized the groups. And you gotta be careful with vowels, because if you say this, you're
Sikildum.
just saying you're bored. But if you accidentally put the heads on the eyes, you just
Skildin.
said something happened to you that is very vulgar. It
Uh-oh.
really blows
I probably shouldn't have said it out loud then.
my mind how much information can be stored in just one word.
They look different from the turkeys in your country.
Like
Do you got... I highly doubt New Zealand has turkeys.
even simpler, to ask someone where are you, you
Neredesin.
just say Neredesin. You have the where and you are glued together. It's like magic. But at least between these long words, they like to use the best filler word on the planet, Yani. I
Yani.
love Arabic, and if you've ever heard anyone speak it, you've heard them say Yani
Yani.
a million
Oh,
times, which is the same
I've never heard the term Yani.
word, just the Turks drop the ain. I
Yeah.
also love the word chok, which I think is
Çok.
the best sounding way to say very in any language ever. And
That is çok çok.
to say yes in Turkish, you say evet, which is
Evet. There's a group of evil eyes down here. I wonder why.
so freaking unique and pretty. Evet. And apparently you can say yes by just softly closing your eyes for a few seconds. How's my pronunciation? And
Evet.
no is hayır, but apparently
Hayır. You've seen turkeys in New
you
Zealand.
can say no by just raising your eyebrows
Hayır.
instead. My eyebrows look like fat caterpillars, so I bet
You look like Martin Scorsese and Jennifer Connelly had a baby. And now Yugi Moto is imagining Jennifer Connelly and Martin Scorsese having sex with each other. Why does he keep doing this?
super clear. Turkish is practically a sign language. If you lift your head up and flick your neck, according to Turks, this
I'm not doing that. That looks painful. I remember watching the Geography Now episode about Turkey, and apparently they have very bizarre rituals, to say the least.
means I don't have money. But one of my favorite things about any language I've ever encountered is the way that Turks laugh when texting. We go ha 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 ha, Mexicans go ja 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 ja.
Ja ja ja, and I know that Russians go ksa 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 ksa.
Brazilians k k k k k k, and that's cool and all. But
Wait.
Turks just smash their face into the keyboard like
Okay, so this is how you laugh in Turkish. Good to know.
I wonder if anyone's ever accidentally written Shakespeare or the US Constitution while laughing.
It wouldn't surprise me, but
Seems impossible, but one Turk I know hit the lottery by typing the same exact letter combination 6 times in one group chat on different dates. And he
really?
managed
How do you know that he didn't just copy and paste it all?
to do this even though Discord is illegal in Turkey.
Is it illegal in Turkey? I mean, I know that recently Discord's been under a lot of fire lately for their age verification, among other things, but, you know.
What are the odds? Probably better than the odds of you understanding Turkish grammar. Let's
Oh,
begin with
no.
the positives. Turkish does not have grammatical gender. Tables
All
are
right.
not women like they are in French,
La table.
so I'm no longer attracted to them. There are no articles, no laws, does, nor der die das's anywhere to be found.
So much for the Arabic influence.
And that about wraps up the positives. Turkish grammar is a nightmare for learners. I'm convinced the devs had a meeting and said, we made the pronunciation of this language easy, so now let's take all the hardest grammatical aspects of every language, put them in a blender, and we'll call it Turkce. For
And how many exceptions are there to the rules?
starters, Turks speak backwards. Word order is often the
Oh.
exact opposite of what you'll find in American. Like
Here in English, the word order is SVO, which is subject, verb, object, right? But apparently here it's OVS, object, verb, subject.
exactly opposite in
Apple eat eye.
reverse everything. These charts are genuinely mind-blowing, and we should
Oh,
all
Lord have mercy.
pay our respects to Turkish learners. So if I want to eat
Uncertain.
ice cream ice to eat one die?
Oh,
That's a bad example, because the dude's not even gonna give it to me. So if you
yeah.
manage to
Well, I don't know anything about that,
learn all
but
the
yeah.
words and suffixes you want to say, good luck formulating all the reverse logic to get it out clearly. But apparently in Ohrid, Macedonia, they reinvert everything back to normal.
Really?
So let's all learn that version of Turkish.
Okay,
And the language
very well
also
then.
has cases. 6 mind-numbingly frustrating, nightmare-inducing cases which make me very depressed.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know too much about the grammar of most languages. I just know about I know more about pronunciations and their relationships.
They've got nominative, accusative, dative, locative, genitive, and ablative cases. What the does ablative mean? This
I don't
is a
remember.
ball. If the ball rolls, you say top. If you kick the ball, it becomes topu.
Topu.
If you give a gift to the ball, it becomes
Topa.
topa. Sitting on the ball makes it
Topta.
topta. If the ball has a son,
Topu.
it becomes topun. And if something comes from the ball, it
Topta.
becomes toptan. And if you have multiple balls, now you have 6 other plural forms to
Oh, of course.
memorize. And don't forget, then you'll probably add 30 other suffixes to give the word an even deeper meaning.
Okay, and what is this? Toptan Chiklarendan.
Toptancıklarindan. Oh, at least verbs aren't that bad in this language. By some miracle, Turkish verbs do not have conjugations nor tenses.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
believe me?
Yeah, we have. English has conjugations and tenses.
It's not true. I'm lying. It's not true. There are a ton.
Okay, so it's the opposite of English.
To properly conjugate verbs, you've got to memorize a million more suffixes and then learn the proper
And then you have to add suffixes to the suffixes, huh?
order to attach them while keeping in mind tense, mood, aspect, person, negation, and a whole lot more. But these are mostly regular. For example, to come in Turkish is gelmek. Gel is
Gelmek.
the stem. So to say I am coming, you add the present continuous
Geliyor.
suffix ior. Then the first person singular
Geliyor.
suffix So
Geliyorum.
geliorum. I am coming. And of course you can add other stuff and make it
Gelme bilme.
impossibly long.
L-
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm not reading that.
But you've all seen that. The language is gluey. There is glue everywhere coming out of every letter. So much glue, 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 glue.
Oh, and there's the preview of the
Glue,
video.
glue. I'll actually start hyperventilating if I explain any more. The subject's pronouns are pretty cool though. Ben is how you say
Ben.
I. So I imagine that someone named Ben who learns Turkish would
Ben.
constantly think everyone is trying to get his attention.
I.
So now it's time to talk about shock factor. How will native Turkish speakers react to you speaking their language as a foreigner?
I'm pretty. He says that every language that hears, or everyone who's you see come across, you start speaking their language, they start doing backflips because of how much of a giga chad that you are.
Well, if you walk up to a Turk in real life and you speak some half-decent
Türkiye'yi seviyor.
kebab language to them, they're gonna do a lot of backflips.
Yes, he does this all the
They'll
time.
immediately buy you a donor and then perform the skibbity bop bop belly dance for you while a man hits
Oh, it's the yes. This one right here. No, we're gonna watch that after this just for the
a
lulls.
drum and a cat vibes out.
Let's
Turks
go.
love when you speak their language, and they'll be more than happy to help you learn it. They're not like some Europeans who will switch to English instantly and try to mog you. It's not really the most popular thing to learn, so they'll be surprised, grateful, and they'll think you're an alpha. A lot of them speak American, but mainly in the major cities. So if
Yeah.
you travel outside of them,
Yeah, that's very common in cities anyway because English is the de facto lingua franca of the world. So
the shock factor will increase exponentially. Honestly, even butchered Turkish will make them give you the deed to their house and a car, and they might even invite you to partake in a friendly oil wrestling match.
I'm pretty sure they'll do that with Japanese as well. They'll say, "Nihongo jo's
And if
this."
you speak fluent Turkish as a foreigner, oh my goodness! Erdogan himself will fly you and your family to Ankara and host you at the presidential complex of Turkey. Then he'll give you
Oh my god, those outfits.
citizenship and 1 billion lira. So in summary,
Yeah.
Turkish is 100% one of the best languages to learn in Europe if you want to shock natives and make them do involuntary backflips.
Let's
I could
go.
talk about this language all day, but I'm going to a hammam, a Turkish bathhouse. So it's time to give Turkish an
Oh, is
official
that a
language
thing?
sense certified rating on the Simp scale. On a
Okay,
scale of
let's
dog water
go.
to Giga Chad, I placed the Turkish language solidly in
Ready?
the alpha tier.
Okay.
I really like this
I don't really know that much, but you know.
language. It sounds beautiful with some crazy noises, and I
Yeah.
find it incredibly relaxing to listen to. Turkey is a gorgeous country with remarkable history that I would love to visit one day.
Yeah,
Both
Turkey's got a crap ton of history going for
to
it.
get a hair transplant and to just experience the culture. And
No, I just want to go. I just want to visit Göbekli Tepe.
learning this language will unlock you a ton of interesting DLC with almost
No, I'd honestly visit a lot of ancient sites. That would be a lot of fun for me.
100 million new NPCs to communicate with. However, the suffixes hurt my brain.
Yes, all of this stuff, all the grammar.
Aspects, but agglutination is a beast that genuinely intimidates me. This language makes German compound words look like
Hanshu or
nothing,
Hanshu.
and it makes Russian
Or actually, I think that might be Hanju. Oh, and then Russian. Yeah, good luck with that.
cases look like
the letter O has different pronunciations depending on what word it is and how whatever form it's in.
Like a kindergarten color matching exercise. One day I will learn you Turkish. One day I promise. I flirted with you in the past. I even did a live stream where I learned Turkish if you want to go watch that. But for the time being, I'm mejorando mi español.
Let's
If
go.
you're genuinely interested in Turkey, the Turkish language, or Turkish culture, I highly recommend
Seeing the
it.
leaves that can be turned yellow. Yes. Yeah. It's still winter around where I live, but you know. All right, that was fun. That was fun. If I decide to clip this, I'll definitely cut out certain parts. I'll probably cut out I'll cut out the grammar section, if anything. But that depends on whether or not I have the patience. I mean, I had a lot of fun with this reaction, so a lot of the edits would probably... Well, we'll see. We'll see. But now that we're all warmed up, now let's go ahead and move on to this South Park video by Blooms. But South Park never made fun of Biden because apparently South Park's woke again. Or it's gone woke, all because of the most recent season. I know that Brett, in particular, has a particular fancy for Cartman's voice because, you know, it's Cartman. How can he not be perceived as hilarious? But I am curious. When I saw this pop up in the recommendations, I was like, okay, we should look at this in all honesty. Whether or not I will clip this into a standalone video, well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, see, it's a change in March, yeah. For us in March, it'll be spring, and I guess for you guys, it'll be fall. So, but before we get started, make sure you guys check out Blooms' original video about whether or not South Park truly is going woke. Or even though there's literally the Panderverse special where, you know, the Panderverse Cartman was all like, no, I don't feel well because you order me KFC every night and I get diarrhea every night. Honey, you are not staying home so you can play Baldur's Gate 3. And then, what was it? Panderverse Kenny is all like, I'm not in love with Tammy Nollins, I just really like her fucking knockers. And then the others are all like, Kenny, stop it. You sound like a white man trying to reestablish the patriarchy. Because Cartman had a dream where he was in a world of diverse women. Because Kathleen Kennedy was gonna get him.
Okay, so originally this video was supposed to be all about your guys' hot takes on South Park. My plan was to read like 6 or 7 of them and just decide whether I agree with them.
Give me your South Park hot takes. And I'm not talking the same old Scott Tenorman must die is overrated type takes. I want them piping hot. The type of takes that fans might hate you for. I will be discussing them in an upcoming video.
And kind of expand on the
Okay, so now it's going
points
into...
that people are making. But when I started writing for the very first hot take, I immediately realized that this is going to require an entire video of its own because I had like 8 pages written already.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I feel like I've been there before.
So I decided...
No, I've been there before where I tried to come up with a very simple premise. But then it turns into a whole freaking essay, which... in hindsight, it's better to have more complete information than a half-assed work with incomplete info, so...
I'm going to postpone that hot takes video for a little bit, and
All right.
instead, we're going to talk about one specific take that has gotten very popular ever since the release of Season 27 back early last year, and that's this idea that South Park is super biased, and
South Park makes fun of everyone. Well, except for Obama, Biden, Harris, but other than that, 12-year anomaly in their 25-year runtime, they're totally roasted both sides. Yeah. No, technically, they do make fun of everyone. No, I literally just mentioned the Panderverse special, which is literally making fun of all of the woke pandering in Hollywood.
they're not willing to make fun of everyone like they used to, specifically because they made fun of Trump a lot this season and in the past, and yet they never once made fun of Biden. And
technically, they did make fun of Biden at least once. In the one season... I think it was the one season where Cartman and his mom were living in that hot dog, and he tries to get a job. He tries to turn it into Dickenbaus because, you know, you got to name it that. and he tries to hire a bunch of people, and one of them was that one redneck with the red hair. I can't remember his name. He was all like, Biden don't caused a recession, and so we done took my job!
Unsurprisingly, as South Park's #1 glazer on the internet, I have a lot to say about this. So I'm going to keep this intro short for once, and we're going to jump straight into talking about how this narrative became so popular, and the reasons that it's kind of missing the bigger point. So with the intro out of the way, let's get into it. You know, with all of this talk about bad takes, I think what's more important to talk about is our bad habits. And
and what is this? Yeah, he's advertised this little vape thing.
And thank you to Fugue for sponsoring this video.
South Park is woke now.
Alright, so this narrative that South Park doesn't make fun of both sides anymore began to spread over the course of 2025. The basis of this argument comes from the fact that seasons 27 and 28 were heavily focused on making fun of Donald Trump, and yet during the Biden administration, they never made fun of him a single time. In fact, the only time Biden was featured during his presidency was a picture of him on the wall of...
my avatar is in the way. Here, I'll show you. Right there. Because Biden can cause a recession.
QAnon supporters in the vaccination special. And on this
was it the vaccination special?
surface,
What's the
I can
connection?
see how this argument might be compelling. It is objectively true that they never made fun of Biden during his presidency, but made fun of Trump in pretty much every episode of this new season. So that
I don't think they really made... The thing is, I remember watching quite a few episodes. Like, they were around during, like, the Bush administration, and they've never really made fun of Bush per se. I mean, I think the most they've done was the 9/11 episode.
must mean
Or the 9/11 conspiracies episode.
that they're not willing to make fun of everyone and everything anymore. They're clearly letting their own biases affect how they make the show, right? I saw this take all over the internet throughout the new season, and I must admit with the utmost shame that I even got into it with some people on Twitter trying to argue this.
Yeah.
Somehow I even got into an argument with people.
Oh, hell no. What is this? Fun fact, South Park never mentioned, featured, or mocked Mitt Romney outside of a cameo, yet they made fun of Obama all the time. Odd for a show that parodies reality. Fun fact, South Park has never mentioned, featured, or mocked Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. Odd for a show that parodies reality. Okay, I see. I don't know who this Joey Salads is, though.
Joey Salads, of all people.
I don't know who this is. He's probably, if that's the case, then it's probably not relevant.
I don't know what
Yeah, Mitt was politically relevant for 6 months.
kind of timeline we're living in.
You know what? I'm not even going to read all that.
Guys, I'm Joey Salads. We're going to be doing the Islam versus Christianity, terrorism, social experiment.
And the first
Oh, shut up.
point I want to bring up before we get into my real arguments is the fact that the Biden administration occurred in a time when the show made less content than they ever had before. They were dealing with pandemic
That's right. No, there was a whole lot of bullshit that kept going on behind the scenes.
shutdowns, crazy lawsuits, and negotiations.
Yes, I think I remember making an old video about something along the lines of this. Like, it was a video that he made like last year, I think. And this was back when I was still using my PNG.
With other streaming services. So over the course of those 4
Oh yes, and they also bought and rebuilt Casa Bonita.
years, they only released 20 individual episodes of South Park. Compare that to 2016 to 2019, where they released 40 individual episodes. And just to be fair, about 8 of those episodes were specials that were double the length of a normal episode. But even if we count each of those episodes as 2, we only get a total of 28 normal length episodes. And in
Yeah, they had a lot, like they had a deal with HBO that they would air the series there and include like new specials, but they also made an exclusive deal with Paramount for exclusive events, which they did not agree. They didn't promise. They promised HBO regular specials, but they didn't promise events, and that's how they worked around it. And obviously, they were quite pissed.
24, they only released 1 single special. There wasn't even a season that year. Which,
oh yeah. Yes, I watched all 3 of these.
Ironically, they claim was because they didn't want to talk about the election, but in
hindsight, that was the reason why they didn't mention anything about it.
It seems pretty obvious that this had more to do with their ongoing contract negotiations and lawsuits.
Yeah, I remember the first episode of the latest season, well, 27, because they skipped it over it. It was like, no, the ending was like, Paramount is giving us a lot of trouble. Yeah, Jesus was there telling them that Paramount is giving them a lot of flack.
That would continue to escalate and even delay the release of season 27. So in terms of the amount of South Park content during that time period, there was significantly less than what we'd usually see out of the show. So I just wanted to mention that before we got into the bigger points. Now, in my opinion, the biggest issue with this narrative is that, in general, the people who believe this don't really understand how Matt and Trey approach their satire. South Park, in its purest form, is counterculture.
Yes, that's the thing. The reason why they're talking about the Thump administration is solely because it was becoming more mainstream.
There's a Hot Ones interview with Rob.
And that's why they made the Pandaverse special as well, because that was also becoming mainstream. So clearly, they're not as woke as you might think.
Penny from Always Sunny, in which he talks about how satire is inherently counterculture, because if it weren't, it would just be culture, and culture is taken at face value, therefore it would no longer be satire. And I think this is where the disconnect lies between what people think South Park is versus what it actually is. The show being counterculture means that their goal is to make fun of the current culture, and the simple answer as to why they never made fun of Biden is that Biden never had a large part in American culture.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is Biden was just kind of there. He didn't... No, like, there's the whole concept of the shadow government and who was really authorizing all sorts of the... what was it? The... God dang it, I can't remember what it was called. But AutoPen. Yes, AutoPen.
Like, right now, I want you to genuinely think back to that time and try to remember a single culturally relevant thing that Biden ever actually did during his presidency. Personally...
No, that's the thing. If Kamala Harris were president and doing similar-ish things, I'm pretty sure she would be the one that's being made fun of.
The only things I can remember were, like, some of the memes of him stumbling over his words.
Yeah, besides that stuff.
Old and demented. But other than that, Biden was probably the least culturally relevant president we've had in the last half a century at least.
I've never seen this one before.
He was essentially just a placeholder. His whole campaign was just the fact that he wasn't Donald Trump. And when
that's literally all it's been. It's just Orange Man bad.
He took office,
that's all it's been on that side.
Pretty much all he ever was. He was just not Donald Trump. And even with this being the case, you could still argue that, assuming everything else in the country was normal, just being the president is enough to be culturally relevant. Except, of course, the fact that some of the most culturally significant events of our entire generation were happening simultaneously. Again, just stop and think for a moment. What could have possibly been happening in the time frame of late 2020 to early 2023? I'll give you a second to think.
A certain disease that is named after a crown.
If you
among other things
said literally the entire world shut down for like a year and a half, that would be the correct answer.
Yes.
Which is why only a week later, Randy's weed sales went up. Before he was elected, they released the pandemic special, an hour-long special all about everything going.
It's been a while since I've seen it though.
Going on with the pandemic. Then 5 months later, they released the second part called the vaccination special.
Because who was it? Was it Clyde, or was it someone else who refused to get the vaccine because he thought he would grow titties on his head?
Focused on the recently released vaccines and all of the politics surrounding that. Then later that same year, in 2021,
and then this special. Oh my god, this special.
Release another
Denny's, Applebee's, Max.
2 specials.
Strawberry Pie Max.
All about COVID. And throughout all these specials, they're making fun of plenty of people and ideas that are associated with the left. Vaccines, social distancing, masks, police brutality.
Yes.
Government acting controlling, Dr. Fauci, and
oh yes, this guy.
Of course, they also made fun of plenty of people and ideas associated with the right. Anti-vaxxers, QAnon, white people victimizing themselves, and plenty more. And once the COVID stuff started to die out, they moved on to other topics for season 25. Things like the insane prices in the housing market.
Yes, like the LaCroix, Tesla, LaCroix. That's what all the shitty people coming to Shitty Walk. Welcome to Shitty Walk. We like to try to shitty chicken.
The Russia conflict. And of course, the 2 specials all about their insane lawsuit and controversy with Paramount and other streaming services.
Right.
Then season 26.
Oh, and this one, yes, this is Cupid. This isn't Cupid me. This is Cupid ye.
Tackle topics like Kanye's theories about Hollywood, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
We want our privacy. We want our privacy, buddy.
AI and Matt and Trey's experience buying and renovating Casa
Dick and Bows, yes.
Bonita. And for the remainder of 2020,
he wanted his. I would do a Cartman voice, but I I don't think my throat is ready for that right now.
3 and 24, we only got 3 Paramount specials which criticize things like OnlyFans, Ozempic, and the woke performative nature of the gender and race
And yes, no, this was lit.
swapping characters in Disney movies. And my point in bringing all this up is to say that all of this stuff was way more prominent in the culture than Biden ever was.
Yes, that's the thing.
And they did what they've always done with these topics and criticize people on both sides. Like, sure, they never specifically made fun of Biden, but they made fun of plenty of things
They made fun of everything surrounding him.
associated with the left that were culturally relevant at the time. They
I told you I don't feel well, and I am gonna stay home and play Baldur's Gate 3.
just never made fun of Biden himself because he was never a representative of the culture. And the difference right now is that the culture is in a very unique place. The Trump administration is doing a lot of things that are completely unprecedented, things
Right.
we've never seen from an administration before.
And they boast about that as
Because
well.
of that, the largest part of our culture at the moment is whatever Trump is doing. Unfortunately, nothing is more culturally relevant than Donald Trump right now. And while there are
It's
still
weird,
significant
honestly.
things they covered, like generative AI and gambling, nothing
Yeah.
quite matches Trump. I mean, Trump is essentially the exact opposite of Biden in terms of cultural relevance. Where Biden just kind of sat back in the shadows and did nothing of relevance, Trump is actively doing stuff we've never seen almost every day. When Biden was in office, all of these other cultural moments were way more relevant than him struggling to give a speech or falling off a bike. And you have to remember, this is all coming from someone who wasn't a fan of how every episode this season focused so heavily on Trump.
Yeah, a lot of people complained about that too.
I routinely complained about the fact that they exhausted the Trump stuff pretty early on, so it's not like I'm defending this because I love the fact that they made fun of Trump so much. It just bothers me to see people saying that South Park has changed now, that they don't make fun of both sides anymore, when in reality they're just doing exactly what they've always done. I mean,
Right.
you can go back and watch old seasons of the show and kind of judge what the cultural landscape at the time looked like purely from what people they're making fun of the most at the time. For example, the early seasons of the show
Oh yes,
were
yes.
far
They wanted to what was
more
it?
focused on making fun of the more conservative puritanical views that dominated the culture in the
Yeah.
late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, instead of actually being parents, we're just going to bomb Canada.
Then in the mid 2010s, the show spent an entire season making fun of woke
Yeah, no, that's literally the whole purpose of PC Principle.
politics and PC culture. They even created a character specifically for the purpose of making fun of these topics. The show has always made fun of the culture, and when the popular culture is particularly extreme about something, like it was during the conservative late 90s, the SJW era early to mid 2010s, or the current culture surrounding the presidency, the show gets just as extreme in response. Another thing that became pretty obvious to me when I started seeing this opinion come up more and more is that most of these people either don't watch the show very often or are forgetting about a very important trait
Whoops.
of Matt and Trey. And if you're a fan of the
Yeah.
show, or even just watch my videos on the show, you're probably aware of the fact that there is nothing that Matt and Trey hate more than censorship. Like,
Yes, they are very, very adamant about censorship.
people have always had this idea that Matt and Trey don't actually care about anything and just like to act like they're better than everyone else, which I made a whole video about why that's dumb already, but
Right.
all the things they've done to advocate for freedom of speech alone are enough to disprove that statement. And right before this new season began,
Yes, and the banned
and
episodes.
there was a lot of controversy with this administration
Yeah.
and what many consider to be their attempts to censor comedians making fun of the president. Now, my
It's not really censorship. He's going after them for slander.
opinion on this doesn't really matter. If you want to hear it, I've talked about it in several of the videos I made on this season. But in this case, what
Yes, going to the restaurant, complaining about waiting for the food there. No, I was listening to someone reacting to the SpongeBob episode. He made a joke about a homeless man who was given some food, and it's like, I don't want this. It's got pickles on it, and it's like, bro, you're homeless. Just take the food.
matters is that Matt and Trey saw this as the president himself censoring comedians because he didn't like what they had to say.
It was
And unsurprisingly, they didn't like that. So it's not surprising at all that Matt and Trey targeted this administration so heavily, especially considering there were several more instances of this perceived censorship happening throughout the course of the season. Again, if you're a fan of South Park, you know that some of their most brutal parodies of people and events have come as
Oh yes, this was the one episode where Randy went to China in order to sell weed, even though China isn't particularly fond of weed. And then obviously, Winnie the Pooh looks like the Chinese
A
president.
direct result of Matt and Trey trying to stand up to censorship, and this is no exception. Now, whether you agree with their opinions or think that this season sucked because of it, that's totally fair, and you have every right to have that opinion. But don't conflate those opinions with this idea that South Park has completely changed and that they don't make fun of everyone anymore, because that's a completely different argument. Like I said, I was very critical of this season myself. Even though I still liked it all around, it definitely felt like they overdid the Trump stuff, and it was far from being an amazing season. I even talked a lot about how modern South Park just doesn't feel the same anymore, but it's not because they don't target everyone anymore. It's because they focus much less on the boys and the more simple plotline.
Yeah, even South Park themselves pointed it out in that one episode where it's like, just admit it, guys, South Park sucks. What happened? What happened to the days where it used to be just us boys? Even they are aware of the people's criticisms. And they even said in the show that they will go back to the kind of thing, and here's hoping.
So to say that South Park doesn't make fun of both sides anymore because they never made fun of Joe Biden or Kamala Harris is just not accurate. They make fun of progressive politics and the left all the time. And despite Biden and Harris literally being the representatives of the other side, there were always other people or things that were far more culturally relevant than those two. And
like Kathleen Kennedy.
On the other hand, Trump is the perfect representation for everything going on in this country right now, and I think everyone agrees on that, whether they love him or hate him. If you love everything going on in this country, it's because Donald Trump made America great again, and if you hate everything going on in this country, it's because Donald Trump ruined America. And the funny thing is,
it's because you're a Hamas, Diddy Bin Laden, Adolf Epstein, Piker dick rider.
I think that the people who believe this narrative believe it for the same reason as the people who believe the South Park made it cool to not care thing. Now, this is just my own theory and opinion, but I've probably read more South Park opinions than Matt and Trey themselves at this point, and
it wouldn't surprise me,
tend to notice,
given that you are the South Park guy after all,
when there are obvious patterns. So in general, when someone criticizes South Park for making it cool to not care, that usually means that they were offended by the show at some point and don't want to outright admit it, so instead they just write the show off for turning an entire generation of kids into nihilists. Specifically, this narrative usually comes from the more progressive woke people, because they know they can't just write off the show as right-wing propaganda, because it's not, so they have to look for a different reason to discredit it and get their side to jump on the hate train.
It sounds like the whole Emerus situation with denims.
And on the other hand, the people that are saying the show doesn't make fun of everyone anymore are basically doing the same thing.
Exactly. No, it's literally the horseshoe theory, which for some reason iCuck doesn't believe in.
I don't like that the show is making fun of them now, and instead of just admitting that, it's a lot easier to write the show off completely by saying it's woke and biased.
I mean, technically, some members of the administration took some of these episodes in stride to the point to where, who was it? That one lady who shot those dogs used her character as a profile pic. Even Charlie Kirk used Cartman's caricature of him as a profile pic. Of course, we all know what happened to him, but you know.
And obviously this comes from the more conservative right-wing crowd because they know that the show has made fun of plenty of progressive and woke topics, which is why they claim.
Okay, here we go. Yes, this is basically what it is.
On to the fact that the show never made fun of Biden as their only example of this. I mean, you can go back literally 2 episodes before this season was released, and they made an entire special making fun of Disney for pandering to the woke audience by race and gender swapping all of their characters. And yet it seems like these people have erased it.
Yet for some reason that's not enough for them. It's never enough for these people. That's exactly what happened to Emeru.
From their memory altogether, despite it being spammed all over Twitter when it aired. It sounds like a good point at first, because it is true that South Park never made fun of Biden, but again, Biden never represented the culture of the left at the time. There were plenty of other things that did, and they made fun of those things.
Yeah.
So no, South Park isn't woke now. They're not scared to make fun of Biden because they have the same lawyer as Hunter Biden. Biden was just never the culture. And on the lawyer thing, I've seen this brought up several times.
South Park lawyer Kevin Morris is bankrolling Hunter Biden.
If you really believe that Matt and Trey didn't want to offend someone because their lawyer also represents them, then you clearly know nothing about Matt and Trey. They have
I don't really know anything about Matt and Trey, but I know that they would never take something like that lying down.
Been downright mean in making fun of people who were literally their friends at the time.
Right. No, I remember the Sally Struthers. She liked South Park when it first aired, but after they made an episode making fun of her for trying to appeal to starving Africans. Yeah, they jumped on that opportunity right quickly to the point to where her second appearance, she was basically Jabba the Hutt.
And they were actively trying to tank their relationship with Paramount days after they paid them $1 billion.
No
they fought
shit.
for Comedy Central to show their episode despite the fact that they were receiving death threats from literal real terrorist organizations.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They're
but those episodes ended up getting pulled anyway.
More than happy to burn some bridges if they want to make fun of someone or something.
The irony is those episodes in question were not particularly offensive, and I can guarantee you that.
And to think that they'd be scared of going after Biden because they share a lawyer with his son is just absurd. So no, South Park isn't woke. They're not scared of making fun of someone. They're doing exactly the same thing they've been doing for 29 years now.
They're doing what they want and talking about what they want.
The show hasn't changed. The culture did.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who loved the way that South Park made fun of the things they didn't like have grown up, and now they don't like being in the crosshair. And obviously this doesn't apply to everyone with these beliefs. There are plenty of people who just didn't like the season because they thought they overdid the Trump stuff and it wasn't funny. And even if you were straight up offended by the fact that they were criticizing Trump, that's totally fine. If you just said, I don't like this season because I don't like how they went after Trump, that is perfectly understandable.
That technically means they did their job.
If you sit here and pretend like South Park has gone woke to cope with the fact that you don't like your side being made fun of, you're really no different than those liberal snowflakes that you've clowned on for years for getting offended by a cartoon.
No shit.
I mean, it's just how South Park works. It's your turn right now, so take it on the chin and wait till it comes back around, because it will.
Pendulum will swing, but here's one day that it stops swinging.
It always does. I've said it from the very first video on my channel. South Park has one true law. Either it's all okay or none of it is.
Yeah.
And that will always be true. I mean, at this point, it wouldn't even surprise me if the show went just as hard at the left pretty soon, because Matt and Trey love to humble the people that think they're on their side.
No shit. I'm still waiting for... No, they need to make an episode on streamer drama. They have to. There's no excuse at this point. They need to. And then Hassan is gonna go fucking ballistic.
And with just how much support the show has gotten from the left this season, don't be surprised if they decide to remind those people what show they're watching. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on this topic. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments below. I'm sure it'll be all completely rational, understanding debate down there, so yeah. And just
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. My sentiments exact. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna read. Well, we should leave a comment. I should say, oh, you're just saying that because you're a woke bitch trad. But, I don't have anything else. But, while we're still on the... Here, let me... Real quick. While we're still on the subject of, controversial... Whatever the hell. I wanted to... we've actually got plenty of time. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was going to look this up. If I can remember. I forgot. I was going to look this up after the Turkish video. If I can find it. This one. This one. Which of the... This one. Cat vibing to Yevon Polka. This one. This was the video that I meant to look up earlier after we got finished with, what's it called? Language Sips, Turkish video. The cat vibing to Yevon Polka. Only it's not the actual lyrics, it's the scat that Miku usually sings. But we'll listen to the first few seconds of it because I've mentioned more than once that I didn't want to listen to too much music on stream because the last time I did a music listening stream, it was copyright hell. Let's just be real. But we'll listen to a little bit of it just for the lulz. Wait, I have to slow it down. Yeah, just for you guys are gonna have a little bit of a treat. Yes, and you gotta do the I don't remember all the lyrics, but there, I just wanted to do that for you guys because I figured that it would be very cute. Which it is, so you better think so. Otherwise, I will have to... Well, I don't know. But, okay, now go... I can't believe I forgot to do that. I was so in the zone that I just wanted to keep going. But speaking of this type of subject, it's been a while since I've looked at a normal gays video. This video is featuring Misha Petrov, which I don't really know much about her besides the fact that she's lesbian. But I do know that she's part of a list of the quote-unquote alt-right according to Reddit, which, if it's according to Reddit, then that means it's probably not true. But we're gonna look at the worst acronym ally on Instagram. Apparently, he's insufferable. As someone who is gay myself, I don't need other people to speak on behalf of me and what gives me the feels. So while we're getting into some more controversial whatnot, as per usual, I have to not this. I want to move this. I want to move this out of the way so that it doesn't take up too much room. So let's go ahead and see whether or not this guy really is an ally, or whether or not he's just morally grandstanding. That our girlfriends whisper the wolf and tangle the lemur. All right. Oh, we should look at some Jet Sonic dubs after this. I think that would be a lot of fun. I actually kind of want to do that on Friday while I'm eating after playing DDR, but we'll see.
I thought I knew what it meant to be non-binary. Turns out, not fully. Welcome to Being a Better Ally, a series for us to connect, ask questions, and learn together.
I don't have any questions.
Not an expert. I'm just curious and trying to do better. Gender diversity has existed for centuries.
He just said that throughout history, gender expression has been fluid, right?
Yeah.
But then he just said that gender expression is not the same as gender identity.
Oh, okay, so we've got double standards going on here. Technically, no, the concept of all of these, you ship to Rotor the Walrus and... okay, I think that's actually kind of... I'm not really one for shipping. I usually just go with whatever's canon, or at least whatever's most obvious. But yeah, these concepts and stuff, they didn't really exist back then. They are mostly modern concepts, which is why I tend to have issues with them.
Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gaze. I'm Brad Palumbo here with Clarkson Lawson and special guest Misha.
Yeah.
I keep messing it up.
Try it.
Petrov.
Petrov, okay.
I cooked down.
Yeah, they're Arctic.
Become a channel member if you haven't yet. We're about to play a really funny game with Misha that you're gonna want to see, but it's only for the men.
And of course, Clarkson has a sweatshirt that just says normal on it.
So hit the join button or link in the description.
Normies.
Oh yeah.
Have a name for them.
Normies.
Normies.
They're not normal. Like.
Yeah, that's the joke.
That's what you guys are. You guys are the normal gays, and I'm Duck Duck Goose. Yes, that's exactly what I am, Rodi.
It's a joke, I guess. Yeah. She probably thinks we're so weird after spending the last half an hour
I'm
with
learning
us.
a lot.
I just noticed she's got very deep green eyes. Damn. No, those are a deep green.
Things you never wanted to learn.
No.
Things you don't want to hear your doctor say. I'm gonna speed run the surgery so I can get a high score.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about the worst group of woke people on the internet.
Oh no! After the South Park video, no, we're gonna see that.
Non-binary?
No, well, valid.
Oh no. Yeah.
But no, allies.
Allies, yes.
Oh, like straight, white men.
Who are trying to be performative allies.
Yeah, I prefer the term moral grandstanders myself.
To get poot.
The term virtue signal is overused. Let's make moral grandstanding great again.
Oh, I don't mind them that much.
Really? Okay.
Well, all right.
I guess it depends. I wouldn't call.
So, what's up? Well, besides the struggle being up, we looked at a video. We looked at Language Simps video about Turkish, and we looked at Bloom's latest video about South Park.
I'm the worst. I think non-binaries are the worst.
Oh lord. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
But some of them are,
Yeah.
are a little too much.
All right. Well, this guy is doing a whole series.
Well, I personally I'm not that big of a fan of that term. For me, it's too modern, which is why I've always referred to myself as genderless.
On Instagram called "How to Be a Better Ally."
At least from a psychological perspective.
I have to learn.
So do I, because apparently I'm not good enough for the DDR community.
So we're gonna get educated. Here is episode
Speaking of which, none of these three would be allowed to partake in the tournament.
3. of being a better ally.
I thought I knew what it meant to be non-binary. Turns out, not fully. Welcome to Being a Better Ally, a series for us to connect, ask questions, and learn together. I'm not an expert, I'm just curious and trying to do better. Today we're learning what it means.
And it's always this weird sappy music that that's the thing that gets me. It's like, yeah, sure, that doesn't make your point any more valid.
To be non-binary, a gender identity for people who don't exclusively identify as men or women, also known as the binary. What I hadn't fully grasped is that
Well, actually, I'm not gonna say it because
non-binary isn't just one thing. Some people feel between genders, some beyond gender, and some outside of the concept
oh my god, Clarkson's face.
gender completely.
He's locked in, but he's also like very.
Because of this,
He looks very frustrated right now, and then Misha over here is looking very confused.
People use non-binary as an umbrella term, including identities like demigender, gender fluid, agender, and many more. Importantly,
And these are all just.
gender identity is not the same as gender expression. So a non-binary person
What?
doesn't have to look androgynous to prove their gender. They
I have no idea what he just said.
dress mask, femme, or however they like. As someone who's passionate about genderless fashion, this is something that
Is that even a thing? Like, I thought the term was unisex because Hank Hill was wondering why Bobby had what looked like a girl's backpack, and Bobby was all like, "It's a Louis Vuitton and it's unisex."
really hits home. The non-binary concept is also not new. From the Hydra in South Asia to the
Is that?
Mahu in native Hawaiian cultures, gender diversity has existed for centuries. Many use they/them pronouns, but others use he,
Wait, can you
they,
stop it
she,
for a
they,
second?
No. Okay. No. We have to get the.
she, them.
He just said that throughout history, gender expression has been fluid, right?
Yeah.
But then he just said that gender expression is not the same thing as gender identity. But the metric he's using to say that in history gender expression has been fluid is the way you present gender. So it doesn't.
No, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and it still doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh my god.
So you could be masculine, feminine presenting, but that doesn't matter. That's not what determines whether or not you're non-binary. But also biology is not what determines it.
So what does?
So
Exactly. That's the point.
what does?
Feelings.
Nothing.
But it's on us to monitor our language.
Yeah, because Lord knows if you don't. No. I know the perfect video that accurately describes this, and it's a Sonic one too, so stay tuned.
Pronouns we use, and to educate ourselves to be better.
Also,
allies.
what does it mean to be in between genders or outside of genders?
Under genders or
Well, I understand the psychological aspect, but
over genders?
This video just really.
yeah. You're versed in psychology because of your career, but even you struggle to wrap your mind around themselves being genderless. But no gender. Like the way I describe it for myself is kind of like I remember thinking there are many times where I think to myself I don't necessarily I'm obviously a biological male, but I've never thought of myself as a quote-unquote man. I've always thought of myself as more of a boy for some reason. I don't exactly know what that makes me, but it certainly makes me unusual to say the least. But at least I'm willing to admit it.
Made me want to start saying slurs.
I want to pull him aside and I want to interview him. I want to say, hey, what does it mean to be in between genders?
Yeah.
And what is the difference of being in between a gender and being outside of gender?
I don't know.
He doesn't know he's not non-binary.
He's
an
gonna say,
ally.
oh, I don't know everything. I
Yeah.
just-
You think that third genders exist in some cultures, right? Yeah, I know that. It's like, it usually depends.
How you
educated.
feel.
I do not subscribe
So
to
I'm having a very woke person on one of my debate panels
Oh, no.
tomorrow, actually. And this segment won't come out for a few days until after that, though. And we're going to talk about trans and non-binary issues. And I have some follow-up questions planned.
Okay, no. If I ever... Granted, I don't think I'd be good in a debate, not unless I have exactly the right information that I need, but I don't know if I'd have the patience to deal with these people.
About just like, what is non-binary? Explain it without using sexist stereotypes.
I'm going to use sexist stereotypes just because I said so you can't tell me what to do.
And I'm curious to see how she will be able to respond to that. Because I've yet to ever hear anyone articulate a version or definition of non-binary that isn't incomprehensibly in the contradictory gobbledygook or
Like, in my head, I understand what it is that they're going for. They don't feel quite male, but they don't feel quite female. They feel something else entirely. but whether or not you want to put a name on that, I don't know.
Meaningless or deeply offensive.
I just feel like I am very open-minded to opposing arguments to a fault, actually, because sometimes I feel like I don't know what I believe because I'm so open to it. But I have
But be careful about being too open-minded, otherwise they'll say that your brain falls out.
never heard anybody say any coherent argument.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
I've heard a lot of people try, but I've never heard a single one.
Now, the first time I ever heard the term NB was in an interview with the creator of Steven Universe, Rebecca Sugar, saying that she was NB, but usually uses she, her, so it's like, then what's the point of even considering yourself as such?
It doesn't make any sense, and then it always just boils down to, actually, you know what? People like him are the worst, quote.
Yeah.
Because non-binary people, they're clinically insane. But this guy is just lying.
He's pretending to believe it. He doesn't believe any of the. He's trying to get woke, hot women to sleep.
Speaking of South Park, no, that's what happened in that one of PC Principal's first ever appearances. What was it? It was Clyde. No. He threatened to break Jimmy Vollmer's legs, even though Jimmy Vollmer has no use of his legs. And then who was it? Was it Stan? It was like, you're gonna break Jimmy's legs, PC Principal? Is that what you're gonna do, huh? And so he tries to get in good by going to their old college whatever. And then all of the frat boys there are only being like quote unquote woke. Back then it was simply just called being PC. They only wanted to do it just so that they could get laid.
And what his argument's gonna end up being is like, why do you care so much? It's like,
You just made like an essay, all your TikToks
Right.
about that.
because
Why
I
do you
care about the truth, I care about things making sense logically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, because then they'll call you a bigot if you
Yeah.
don't use the right pronouns. And
Just
you
let
don't-
people live their lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and let people live their lives unless it threatens their jobs, because you don't refer to them correctly.
Okay, but like, can we all live our lives knowing, all agreeing the sky is blue?
I mean,
Or is
I'm
it
not-
allowed?
No, the sky is a shallow shade of cerulean, thank you very much.
I don't think any of us are trying to make it illegal to call yourself non-binary.
No, do what you want, but I'm gonna judge you.
But yeah, you can't expect us to always use the right pronouns.
I mean, personally, I never judged anyone who considers themselves that way. Like, I knew someone who did consider themselves to be NB, even though I'm like, is it really that big of a deal?
To, study this, because when a category or a definition means everything, it's gonna mean nothing.
Yep.
And she ate, I fear.
Pretty much how, what was it? Yeah, pretty much how certain words, certain buzzwords that people used to insult each other with, when it comes to being on different sides of the political spectrum, people overuse those types of words to the point to where they basically lost all meaning. Not exactly in between. It's kind of probably the correct is non-conformance to traditional roles, like refusing to behave to. So being a tomboy or a tomgirl is what you like. And that's how I imagine what you're describing.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean,
That's how I've always imagined it. It's like you have boys, girls, tomboys, tomgirls, and all the stuff that's in between.
even it's the same thing with
Of course, these days nobody uses the term tomgirl. They instead use femboy instead, which I'm like, can we go back to the old terminology?
and I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna attack the right a little bit because when it comes to political discussion, the right will say things that are just blatantly untrue and pretend that they're fact, and that's part of the reason. And the left does it too a lot, but the right has been doing it a lot on other things, and that's why political discourse is so bad in this country. We have to have an agreed upon reality.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. And nobody wants to agree upon anything because it's not what our Lord and Savior, Hamas Diddy Bin Laden Adolf Epstein Piker, has preached to us.
We cannot just sit here and say random things are true and then be like, oh, just tolerate that behavior. No, that we need some form of social cohesion.
Yeah.
Why don't we base it in truth? I don't
Yeah.
know. That's my opinion.
Because the truth is inconvenient for some people.
But
It's their truth. It's not the truth. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I've always imagined it. Just tomboy, tomgirl, boy, girl, all all of that stuff. Is it? No, that's how I imagine. You either consider yourself one, the other, neither, both, or something in between. I'm just like, but we don't need all these. We don't need all these other terms to describe something that can be just, yeah.
we're also going to learn. He's doing a whole series. It, like, somehow keeps getting worse.
Is he getting a lot of likes today?
He's getting a decent amount. And a lot of
And how many, though?
positive comments being like, oh, we need allies like this. Or like,
I don't need any allies. I'm my own ally, if anything.
yes, king.
It's 15-year-olds.
Is it?
That's a cult. He tells himself that. That's a cult.
Well, who has the most time to be online?
That's a good question, babies. Apparently, Gen Beta is already up and coming, and they think that books require you to swipe them. Although I can't verify whether or not that's true. Because where I live, granted, I see iPad kids every now and then. A lot of the kids around where I live, they kind of just... I see them do a lot of typical kid stuff back when I was.
Lots of unemployed, non-binary.
Yeah.
Yes, they also lack employment, too.
I think that most online discourse is dictated by teenagers.
I disagree. I actually think everyone.
It's teens, young adults, millennials in particular. Basically, anyone millennial or younger.
Has too much time to be online.
And I don't mean everyone, I just mean a lot of those people that they're talking about tend to be millennials or younger.
I think everyone's spending hours
I think you need
on
to
their
spend
devices.
some time in regular America with people working 9 to 5s.
No shit, I mean, that's what I do. 9 to 5 represent.
Yeah, which you do so often.
No, I don't, which is why I have the opinion that I have.
I know,
I
but
think our privilege bubble is...
people who work 9 to 5s
I agree.
still spend hours on social media.
Well, not me. I don't really spend a lot of time on social media like at all. The most that I ever do is scroll through YouTube in order to find things to listen to. The fundamental issue with postmodernity. Because everyone is entitled to their opinions, but they morph into entitled to their truths. No, this is, what was it? 3rd grade English. 3rd grade English, we learned the difference between a fact and an opinion. That an fact is an objective truth, and that an opinion is subjective whatever. And yet I hear people talk about, oh, your opinion is wrong. But, yeah, but even the ultra-conservatives are, especially the Groypers, yeah. But, here, this might be a hot take. But there is no such thing as a correct opinion. An opinion cannot be correct. And that is something that I say with 90% conviction. And you hear people saying, yeah, well, your opinion is wrong because I said so, or because it's not the majority. And I'm like, I'm at the point to where I'm just like, I don't want to be one of those keep it to yourself kind of people, but low-key, I kind of am. But here I am running my mouth, so I guess that would make me a hypocrite. But at least I'm willing to admit it, and I will seek to better myself.
People who work 9 to 5s, many still find hours of time for social media. Outside of work or during.
Yeah, but maybe not hours of time to be fighting in comment sections like the non-binary.
Yeah, it's just let people be at that point. Don't force your beliefs onto other people. That's all I ask. I don't want to force my beliefs onto others. In fact, I mean, I know I might sound blunt. Like, I'm very matter-of-fact and to the point. That's just how I am. I've always been matter-of-fact and to the point. I don't like dancing around certain things. I like being straightforward. But even I sometimes have a hard time articulating what I want to say. You guys have witnessed that on stream when I'm trying to comment on something and I can't find the right words for it. So, yeah.
True, but that's just most people don't leave comments. Comments are like
I don't think I've ever seen a bitch.
Yeah, I don't really leave comments at all.
A 9 to 5 who is also not binary.
Well, Starbucks doesn't do 9 to 5.
Well, the Starbucks is where you'll find some of those people.
It's like more.
That's true.
Yeah. That's the only time I'll use your pronouns is because I want my latte to come out right.
Well, then, yeah. Well, I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know. The most that I would get at a Starbucks is the vanilla bean frappuccino, I think. They're so good.
Alright, let's be educated more.
A few days ago, I didn't even know
Did he change his hair color? I swear he was a brunette a moment ago.
what omnisexual was.
Oh, I've heard of this. My friend on the band bus would joke about this a few times.
Welcome to Being a Better Ally, a series for us to connect, ask
Yes, apparently it's different from a pansexual.
questions, and learn together. I'm not an expert, I'm just curious and trying to do better. Today we're learning what it means to be omnisexual.
It means to be attracted to all things, which hypothetically would include things that a lot of people say that you shouldn't be attracted to. I'm not going to explicitly say what those are, but you can probably guess by the tone of my voice. Very good idea to resist the post-modernity. Yes, definition. Yes, I always try. But even I am not perfect. Nobody's perfect, obviously. We all hear the same spiel over and over. But at the same time, it's like I try to look for truth while also acknowledging potential leeway and room for doubt. As simple as that.
Or omni, for sure. Omnisexuality is a multisexual orientation where someone is attracted to people of
It helps a lot that I love languages. Aw, thanks. Yeah.
all genders, with
All.
omni being
Well, yeah, I know what omni means.
Latin for all or every. What makes it different from being
Okay, so it's specifically regarding all... Okay, then what makes it different from being pan, though?
pansexual is that pan people often experience attraction regardless of gender. But for omni people, gender can still play an important role in their attraction. So someone who's omni might be attracted to different genders in different ways, or have different preferences based on gender. It doesn't mean they're attracted to every individual, in the same way that straight people aren't attracted to every opposite gender person. Important.
This is the thing, you could just say that that's being bi, if you let... I mean, granted... I don't necessarily want to say that, but...
Omnisexuality falls under the bi plus umbrella, but
bi
with
plus,
its own distinct experience. It's not bi erasure, it's clarity. As an ally, respecting micro-labels can help people
Micro-labels? That's the first time I've ever heard of that.
describe their experiences more accurately, find community, and feel understood in a way that broader terms don't fully represent. If you're omni and up for it, we'd love to hear about your experience in your own words.
Oh my gosh, she looks so... Misha is so touched by this...
And if you want to be a better
this alliance that he's trying to form.
ally, consider this an opportunity.
But it's also like the be a better ally thing comes from such a huge place of moral superiority.
Yeah, that's what it is. Moral grandstanding.
Manipulative.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm
like
better
that.
than you, be better.
Yeah, nothing better than being told that
Listen to me because I am acting in a better way than you. Like,
you might be all of the things that I'm talking about, but I know more about those things than you ever will.
We now have 3 terms that all mean the same thing.
Yeah, Pan and Omni are almost splitting hairs here. Micro label indeed. At least we have someone that gets it.
Pan and bi. It doesn't matter whether you're attracted because of the gender or despite of it.
I don't even know what's going on here.
You're still attracted to both genders.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, now I'm kind of glad I watched
only
this.
2.
Or just bi. It's like non-binary is with the gender, like the woke version, right?
Mm.
And then the bisexuals, this is their version with sexuality. Because then they have to keep elaborating, oh, well, it's omni,
Right.
it's this and that. It's just bi, like, this is all a subset. It's all...
I remember Metatron saying that by today's standards, Alexander the Great would be Pan. I mean, yeah.
You need, like, a flow chart at this point.
Since Alexander the Great had both male and female lovers.
I feel like people really don't have any sense of personal identity anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they have to label everything to figure out who they are, and it's kind of sad. Like they can't just be whatever your name is. Like
Right, that's the thing. It's like I remember watching some video about it. It's like, why do we about whether or not whether or not a certain YouTuber was a fuzzy because they happen to like canine characters. But it's like, do we have to put a label on everything?
okay, yeah, my name's Clark. I like this type of person. That's my type.
Yeah.
No, now it needs to be a huge umbrella term because I
No, you need to specifically be no. What would people describe me as? No, in all honesty, I say gay, but I'm gay for specific types of men, so I wonder. Well, I have a feeling I know an accurate term, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm not ready to reveal that. But at the same time, I've kind of revealed it in some older videos, but not to the extent that some others would.
I need a micro label.
I need a micro label so then I can find other people who feel this way and then I can connect with them because it's like there's no sense of community in people's lives. There's no sense of identity. And like I guess they're just searching for it through social media algorithms and keywords. I don't know. I'm over it.
Yeah, I don't know how it started. Like I remember Shoe One Head making a video like a long time ago about it came from Tumblr. Let's just leave it at that.
They can't find a partner. Maybe that's the problem. It's already you're bi, but that's not enough. So now you have like omni. So it's like every single person.
Maybe.
I don't understand.
I don't know,
I mean, I get it, but that doesn't mean I have to understand.
maybe it's just an attention thing.
Here's your attention you ordered.
A lot of it is that. It's like being bi isn't special.
Yeah.
But I'm Pan. I'm Omni.
Oh, I see where it's going.
I think being bi is special.
No, lots of people are bi.
Yeah.
There are more
Right.
bi.
Most people are probably bi.
There are more bi people than gay people by a lot.
Yeah.
Right. I can imagine. Actually, I was going to say something, but I was like, it might be a bit too personal.
Yeah, but also a lot of them lie.
They want to. Then that's the thing. There are some people that are by definition straight, but they want to be included so bad that they say, "Well, I'm not straight in a sexual sense, but I am in a romantic sense," and so they have to make a distinction just so that they can feel included, for a lack of a better term. Probably a Kinsey scale here. I have no idea what the Kinsey scale is.
Yes.
Men do. Women, I think there
Really?
are. My theory.
The opposite.
Oh no, my theory is there's lots of bi women.
I do remember hearing that the most sought after prawn is lesbian prawn by straight women, which is a very interesting statistic.
And then there's very few bi men. Now there are some.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
you said
saying.
men do lie.
Yeah,
Didn't
because
you say women lie about being bi?
I think many women lie.
some do, but what I'm saying is men often lie and say they're bi, but they're actually just gay and they're like coming to people.
Okay.
Something like
I'm
that.
coming out as bi.
I mean, I tried to pass myself off as ace, but no dice.
Oh, I was thinking the bi women who are actually just straight, but then they say they're bi.
Yes, that was my sister.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally came out. This is actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
She came out to us when she was in college, and my whole family was accepting, except for me.
Wait, your
Oh.
sister's bi?
No, but she
Shut up.
came out as bi to us, and she was like, I like girls too, and I'm like, I literally said,
You're the homophobic one.
I literally
Biphobic.
said, I guess that's fine, but I don't really believe you.
Oh Lord.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, how can you not believe me? That's so unbelievably offensive.
Yeah, you're saying that to a guy who is gay.
And then like a year later, she told me and my mom, yeah, he was right actually.
Oh no.
So she basically like made out with a girl a couple times.
And she just didn't enjoy it. A 7-point continuum. Classify sexual orientation based on experience, attraction, exclusive. Oh, well, I don't really know too much about that. Being varying let's just say, let me just say at least 6.9. I'll give it that. That's all I can say with absolute certainty. 6.9.
In college, and then claimed to be bi. She's watching this right now, so sorry, bitch. I'm reading you for filth. I don't care. Anyway, and then she's like went back to dating men and was like, yeah, wait, that was actually.
Well, no, wait, no. Oh, wait, it's up to 6, so 5.9.
She just a fade.
Whoops, sorry about that.
I was
When you said 7 point, I thought it was from 1 to 7 rather than 0 to 6, so.
exploring it. I'm not actually bi, and that's fine.
Many such cases.
Many such cases.
Many such cases.
Yeah.
That's when you don't just affirm. You don't have to reject someone. Like I didn't
Yeah.
beat her up and say.
And you're her brother. You could be like, well, are you sure?
That's my job is to invalidate.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I think a lot of guys are bisexual, but they're so deeply afraid of being labeled as gay.
It's not as accepted as
If you,
bi women.
yeah, like if you.
I think I've noticed that a few times with some of my friends. Like, there's this one that said, no, there's this one friend of mine that mentioned wanting to not necessarily hook up with me, but he agreed that he would never do it anyway, which makes me wonder.
Think about the culture of men specifically. So much of it is centered around not being perceived as feminine.
Yeah,
Like,
masculinity.
yeah, like everything
Personally, I've never been too worried about that, but at the same time, it's like,
about being masculine now, it's a very insecure version of it. Is
It's
like,
like domination over
yeah,
women.
like don't call me gay. Like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no, that's gay, bro. Like, you know,
Then it's
every-
Purple Speedo, that's gay. Like, no, turn into Riley Freeman and call everything gay because, brother, you gay.
we're so afraid of being labeled as gay. It makes me think think more of them are
Yeah.
sexual.
But then it can be so homoerotic as
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, here, we're bringing Gilgamesh into this.
well at times.
Yeah.
Like frat hazing and other stuff.
Oh, yes, that shit too.
Most men have
You'd
had
be
that
surprised.
experience too.
I don't
No, even Boondocks has made mention of prison culture being very, very gay because, you know, don't drop the soap.
I don't believe that.
I do.
Most as in more than 50%.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely don't believe that.
I don't think that's
We'll
true.
never know because they wouldn't be honest.
Yeah, they wouldn't tell otherwise.
It'd become
So-
It could be that they might prefer, even if they were bi, they might just prefer being with a woman so that they could have a family or something like that.
conservative commentator, maybe.
Have you
Oh, like that one guy who, yeah. What was it? Like that one Republican politician who would go in the men's bathroom and do a lot of hookup signals, so to speak.
heard the Elijah Schaefer tea?
Allegedly.
Alleged.
No, not allegedly. Home wrecking. He's a
Oh, the home wrecking
psychopath.
isn't alleged.
I have no idea who this Elijah is, and I don't know if I want to.
But the gay stuff is.
That's gay. Near 4. You're probably around 4. Boyfriend might be 5. You can be attracted to girls, but you are gay. But those being very bi is a fun bonding experience. I don't have any feelings for girls, or isn't really. I mean, there isn't really any girl that I've ever seen that I've ever felt for.
I've heard enough sources.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I've heard enough sources too, but I say alleged because I.
Sue me, bitch. Discovery would be fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's just sitting here like.
I'm learning.
Oh, not. I'm learning.
Guys, let us know what you think in the comments below.
I never know what to think about this stuff. It's so chaotic.
Anyway, and become a channel member. We're gonna play a really fun game after this, but only.
All right. Okay. Here, let's real quick. I wanted to look up that video that I mentioned. Yes. Which one is it? Oh, I forgot about the trimester portion. I think it's this one. Wait. Because he doesn't have them. Yes, it's this one, this video in particular. I think do you watch any of these videos, Brett? I'd assume that you would. Oh, I spelt his name wrong. The H goes on the other side of the E.
I'm gonna be talking shit about you later.
But I want to
do it right. So why don't you tell me your pronouns? Unlike you
blue-haired liberals, I don't have pronouns.
What?
What?
Everybody has pronouns. I don't. You will refer to me only by my name, Shadow the Hedgehog.
But you just refer to yourself as me, which is a pronoun.
Well, at least he gets the concept.
Pronoun police. You said he, which is not Shadow the Hedgehog's preferred pronoun.
Shit, my bad.
DDR Discord server be like, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to show that because it's very, very relevant, but Shadow being iconic. No, we should just spend the next 40 minutes looking at all of these Jet videos because they're always such a treat. What was the last thing that he uploaded as of recent? Oh, I don't think he's allowed. Sonic's Big Mistake. Okay, so this is the latest one. No, let's just go ahead and check it out.
Sonic Adventure.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is new.
Sonic, seriously, man, this is a really bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. It's a Sonic Adventure.
Let's go. Oh no. You pressed the A button too soon. Oh no. I need to put this back. No, the bone crack. Oh my god, there's blood. Oh.
Sonic Adventure. Available now.
Oh my god. Oh wait. I've never seen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that was brilliant. I wasn't expecting. Was that based on a real commercial? There's no way. Oh, this one. Racism! Because they're not like us. Yeah, like that. I have a question, Brett. Does Blaze really deserve so much hate? And it's all in Spanish, which makes me wonder if it's auto-dubbed. No, we're just gonna look at this, just because I said so. We're just gonna go on a watching spree because I feel like it. Is Sonic Heroes available on Steam?
Look, there's a frog.
Hi there, Frog. Have you seen any chow around here?
And then we'll look at Eggman's crypto mine.
The frog can't talk, Charmy.
Why not?
Is he stupid?
Stupid?
He's an animal.
So what? We're animals too.
We don't have time for this.
No, hold on.
He has a point.
He has a point.
Yeah. What makes us different from the frog?
They're not like us.
Not like us.
What do you mean? Are you racist?
Yeah.
No, I mean they walk on all fours and live in the woods.
I know plenty of people that do that too.
I'm pretty sure Big keeps one as a pet. They aren't, you know, sapient.
But what
truly makes something sapient?
Is the frog's simple demeanor really a proper means to judge its capacity for thought?
Yes.
Yes. You've played Sonic Heroes. Oh, it's the first one you've ever played? I can't remember the first one I've ever played. It may have been either the original or 3.
Cursing us with intelligence.
Espio, we have 9 out of 10 missing chow, and I really just want to get out of this jungle. Can you please have your existential crisis later?
Does this quandary not weigh on your mind?
No.
No. Because you're racist?
I'm not racist. Frogs don't talk, okay? That's just how it
Or
is.
is that just how you perceive it?
Is that just how you
How
perceive
can you know what they think?
I don't care what they think.
Because you're
Not because I'm racist. We talk, they don't. There's nothing to think about unless we come across a non-sapient crocodile or something.
And there it is.
like that.
Maybe God has forsaken us.
I've never played Sonic Heroes. My older sister has. She's a much bigger Sonic fan than me. I don't know if she still plays it though, considering that I haven't yeah, but I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom, and then there's one more video that we can look at. Alright, I'm back. Yes, the non-talking crocodile really said chomp cocodrilo. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna look at this other normal gaze video, but I might look. Well, I wanted to check this video out in particular. I've been meaning to want to react to a Papa Meat video for a while because he always makes these types of videos, and it's about time we took a look at one. Papa Meat, otherwise known as Meat Canyon, or the mastermind behind Meat Canyon, always makes these kind of, I don't know what you would call them, but I know a few VTubers that'll react to these videos, like I thought about reacting to his ice animation, but it was like, I don't know. But apparently this is about how Harley riders are the worst. Which I'm pretty sure South Park made an episode about this, where they used the F slur that means a bundle of sticks to describe people with motorcycles. Saying that, come on, we're not using it to refer to gay people, we're using it to refer to these motor bicyclists, even though they also made that episode exposing the N-word, because all they ever referred to Randy as was that brother guy. But this is my first time actually reacting to one live, and this is technically my first time actually watching one. I mean, I tried to watch his video about gooning, but it made me very, very uncomfortable, so I had to stop watching it. But I want to see what's going on here, so be sure to check out the OG video. This might be a VOD exclusive, so please stay tuned for that. And let's go ahead and check it out.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come in and sit on down, because today we're going to be talking about bikers. Give one random clip.
Bikers.
I can smell the alcohol.
Then I immediately smelt the alcohol.
I don't give a. I live here and I'm not operating.
What? Yeah.
What?
It's my dad. The experience of
Was that?
riding a motorcycle on an open road with the wind
This guy looks like Jack Frost from that one movie.
against your face is seen as one of the ultimate symbols of freedom.
Yeah, some folks are born made to raise a flag. It ain't me. It ain't me. I would do it in the proper octave, but I've been drinking water this whole time, and I'd have to clear my throat before I can actually sing that high. Plus, it's going to be really loud if I try to sing it at full power. Or it's going to be really quiet if I sing it in falsetto. Okay, this is reminding me of the King of the Hill episode where they got a motorcycle because they thought their marriage was falling apart.
Across film and TV, motorcycles are seen as cool, rugged, and dangerous.
Right.
Whether it's the stylish design of a bike, the sleek leather jacket,
The Hells Angels and of Quebec.
or simply the element of danger that riding introduces to your life.
Oh yeah, splitting traffic on whatever that says, Fat and
There's probably
Furious.
a lot to the allure, right? Sex, drugs,
Oh lord.
freedom, Nick.
Then there's also the Bob's Burgers episodes featuring the one-eyed snakes, I think they're called.
Is there anything more American than a motorcycle?
I don't. Hell no, there isn't.
Hot dogs.
True. Maybe hamburgers too.
I don't agree.
Oh no.
To those who have never been involved in this community or learned about the culture, it's a very fascinating world to delve into. After all, motorcycle culture ties back to things like rock and roll
Rock and roll!
crime. So,
Oh, that too.
let's look at everything the biking world has to offer. One more clip about a motorcycle.
Oh hell no.
Before we get into this, do you have any experiences with motorcycles, Nick?
I've never. I don't know anyone who owns a motorcycle.
Why don't you?
But if I were to, would I have to be forced to sit in the bitch seat? Which Hank is pretty sure that when they say bitch seat, it's not even spelt the same.
They're fun.
Now I'm scared of them.
It's probably spelled BITSCH as opposed to BITCH, you know, as if it was German.
When I was younger, I saw House get a motorcycle.
House.
So because
That thing looked like the MasterCard logo.
So because Dr. House rode a motorcycle.
Because Dr. House. I mean, having a motorcycle seems pretty cool. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't know.
That's what made you be like,
I don't know if they're more or less expensive than a regular car.
I want a motorcycle. And now you're afraid of them. You're frightened by them. Is it just the look of them, or is it just actually?
I'm afraid I'm gonna get hit by a
car.
Semi.
Yeah, I'd imagine that. Your dad owns a motorcycle. You used to ride with them when you were a kid. Ah, that sounds cool.
I tried. I'm gonna be alive on the side of the road.
Yeah, I remember, like, sometimes there's these light up billboard signs that'll say to watch out for motorcyclists.
I mean, listen, you're in a little bit of danger anywhere you go, right? But I will say, people who ride around because they think it's lame to wear a helmet while riding a bike. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Always wear a helmet when doing something like that. Just do it.
I can even just sit there and be like,
You never know whether something goes wrong.
I flip off my motorcycle. At least I have a helmet. Sure, you fracture all your ribs, you puncture a lung.
Yeah, but at least your brain is intact.
You dislocate all your arms and you are.
One wrong move and you either die or you suffer a personality disorder that caused you to turn into a mean-spirited jackass, and that would be beyond your control. Like, there's that case of the guy that had the railroad thingy shoot right through his skull. It was like, what, in the late 1800s, early 1900s? I'm sure someone knows what I'm talking about. Where, yeah, he miraculously survived. He lost one of his eyes, but it caused a drastic change in his personality. Where he used to be a nice guy, but then he just became very mean-spirited after that. And then he ended up dying to the complications.
Or just laying on the fucking side of the road like Gumby. But at least I can still speak. At least I can still formulate words.
Right.
Actually, I think some
At least I'm still my kind-hearted soul.
train of thought of people like, well, if I get in a wreck in a motorcycle accident, I just want to die. Like, I don't want to be
Yep. Always wear a helmet in this kind of context.
paralyzed or,
No hope at all? If I get in any kind of wreck, I just want to just kill me?
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe that's just the biker way. Let's find out.
If Kenny McCormick were to succumb to something like that, he would say, "Please let me die because I don't want to have to be paraded around in a vegetative state."
People who aspire to join this community have to decide what type of ride they want to purchase. This is
If it's for me, as long as it's fully functional, I don't really care.
not an easy decision.
I just needed to get, anything like this, I just needed to get from point A to point B without too much trouble. Phineas Gage. Yes, that guy. We learned about him in psychology class.
And by doing some research online,
Harley riders don't really like getting
you'll
past.
soon find
I wouldn't know.
out that there's a lot of infighting within the biking community, which
The fact that there's a community is not that surprising. I was about to say that it was surprising, and then I kind of changed course.
I'm glad we're starting on this because it's a big deal. You either ride hogs or you ride like the anime bikes.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Also, my dad used to call it a rice. Is that racist?
A what?
I think they're called like pocket rockets.
You thought they were
Pocket Rocket is an exploit in Tears of the Kingdom.
called rocket pockets? Is rice? I believe
Whoa!
all of this is that a racial slur?
No, I have no idea what he's saying. Rice something. Like, I think I imagine what he's saying, but still.
Is he saying it because it's a
Asians.
Don't get the wrong idea.
Oh,
Most
no.
normal people could care less about what people ride, so long as they're not causing any trouble on the road. That
Right.
being said, you'll definitely find some animosity between
Why do Harley riders often harbor animosity towards sport bike riders?
owners of
I don't
sports
know.
bikes and Harleys. They're like, hogs, fucking.
You see, that one lady at the Boggle tournament asked Hank Hill if you look like that you could use a wallet. Would you like to make a wallet? Oh, Harley Davidson already gave me one.
Man's back.
Because there is a difference. There's definitely, like, if you look at a picture of a man who rides a Harley, there's going to be any.
Yeah, that is. For a long time I thought that was Mario, but it was Crash Bandicoot all along.
Anywhere. I would say anyone who is ages like 40 years old and up. That's like,
It's usually that. It's that Gen X boomer type thing.
that's or 45 and up. That's like a Harley rider, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, people, they saw Kira, Nick. Saw Kira too young. Kira didn't ride a goddamn Harley.
Uh.
He rode a sports bike. It's not about loud noise. It's about going fast. That's the difference.
I want to be silent and going the speed of lights, and no one can hear me, but they see me.
You see, Phineas and Ferb rigged their little toy cars to ride at light speed, but then they got a photo finish.
Going the speed of light. Would they see you?
Probably not.
So you like the idea of weaving in between? Or if you were in your wildest fantasy, would you be someone who's on a sports bike and you're going between the cars?
I want to follow all the rules. I'm going to stay in my lane. I would just go on empty roads and go 200 miles an hour.
Oh, Lord of mercy. And what would the speed limit be?
Wrap your motorcycle around
Oh, and you
the tree. I mean, on a highway, listen, I'm not condoning people swerving around, but at least a highway, it's just going to be open road. All of a sudden.
Right, no, I kind of like that, where there's no one around for miles, and so you're just kind of chilling and cruising, like life is a highway playing in your head. Until you see a Stady in one of those little emergency turn-off things, and it's like, oh crap, I gotta slow down.
You're going to sit there and there's going to, like,
Even just for a little bit.
be a random sharp turn.
Have you seen the Death Wobble?
Oh, hell no. No, I ain't doing this shit.
Yeah. Which, listen, let's talk about some of the differences. All right, so Harley riders are seen by many as being elitist, obnoxious, but
Yes, freedom, passion, and community are the main pillars of motorcycle riding. However, the concept of brand elitism, which states that certain brands are superior and others are not worthy of being ridden, has been infiltrating the biker culture. This spirit separates riders instead of uniting them.
Their love for their specific type of bike. Harley Davidson is a
I'm pretty sure you could say that about other communities as well.
brand has sort of a cult-like following, and some go so far as to claim people who don't use them are not real bikers.
Oh yeah, the no true Scotsman
First
thing.
off, here's the thing. Very true. That's my father. I followed that to a T. Also, another thing. That's every subculture on Earth about anything.
Yeah, I just said that a moment ago.
What I'm doing is good. Everything else sucks.
Pretty
If you're
much.
If you're diehard on something, that's going to be everything you say. If you're a diehard football fan, you're going to say every other sport sucks. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Even
Yeah.
truck drivers will splatter Harley Davidson decals all over their car.
Even if it's not a Harley Davidson. Phineas and Ferb said, Candace, I trusted you. I can't believe you threw a party.
So everyone they pass knows.
Yeah.
It's hell. So like,
Yeah. And then Phineas and Ferb are off doing who knows what. And then Doofenshmirtz takes it all away. Yeah.
Also, editor, every time I do this, put a loud ass fucking. People who ride motorcycles in general or bikes, they are people that have to peacock. They have to be seen. I've ridden a fucking a Kawasaki and I've ridden a Harley. Here's the thing. Yeah, it's fun. Ain't that fun? Those people are peacock.
It's not. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't think I'd have the guts to do something like this.
You don't want like a bad bitch behind you getting wet.
The what did you just say? Oh, Lord of mercy. In the bitch seat. Oh my god. Papa me getting sweating over here.
Wow. Flashbang, my god.
Oh my god.
The answer is no. Well, it's also, I would rather be on your own seat. If there's a girl's getting excited about the bike, where's that going? It's going underneath my deal. Now all of a sudden, my asshole, and my taint area is all wet. From the slip.
Oh, from.
Slide that's happening. Keep it in your own seat.
Okay, yeah.
Hunter's tip.
Hunter's tip.
Hunter's tip. Keep it in your own seat.
I've seen videos of like the girl will ride cow.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Cow style. She'll ride in front of you when they're facing you. What?
Cow style. I've never seen this before, and I've never heard of cow style.
That was like that Kim Kardashian and Kanye video. Remember that?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, wait, I've seen that before. I think, didn't South Park parody that exact video? In the one episode where he's all like, my girlfriend is not a habit!
Directly to the sun.
Let's
I just
go.
want to give a quick shout out to Starforge PCs. They're a great little sponsor.
All
I
right.
just want you to check out the new Chainsaw Man PC.
Ooh, Chainsaw Man. I need to decorate my PC, even though no one's ever gonna see it, so it's probably not worth it. Oh, hold on. Oh, Nezuko, that's her name.
Back to the episode. Sport bike riders are slender and sleek, like an otter. We're going fast. They like going fast. They like the feminine kind of curves of it. You know?
Oh, Lord, and yeah. Oh, what does that say? Something Japan?
They like anime. They like this.
Yes, and then if I were to get a motorcycle and decorate it with an anime character, who the hell would I go for? Because I think Legacy from Beastars might be a bit too out of place compared to something like this. A magical girl is obvious, but someone like Legacy, not so much.
Nature of things.
And then Nezuko-chan.
That's why they're almost always, without a doubt, if there's a guy who has money and he's riding bikes, he 100, and this is not even a joke, 120% of the time, I'm putting that much money on it, owns a Ford F-150.
It's always a Ford F-150 because he's bouncing on them booty cheeks.
King Ranch Edition, all right? It's that common. And that's also the guy.
No, I remember. Me and my friends, my high school friends, we went on a camping trip in Kentucky where we noticed that there was a lot of Ford F-150s, and apparently it's a very popular vehicle down there, which makes sense given that it's the South, right?
Puts the decals on it as well.
I mean, it's not quite as south as, say, Alabama or Mississippi, but it's still kind of there.
It almost feels like a shame. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's a $50,000 truck, but I got my real love back home.
No kidding.
According to the more snobby Harley riders, sports bikes are not to be respected because they're not, quote, American-made.
They're not American!
Are more focused on technical performance than the biking lifestyle. Yeah, bike performs better than mine. But you know what? You can't get this fucking...
No, well, like I said, as long as it's fully functional, I could care less about aesthetics.
What the fuck did you just say to me, pussy? What the fuck did you just say to me, pussy?
I ain't say shit to you, bitch.
That would be the funniest thing of all time, is getting an e-bike and be like, hello, fellow bikers. It had like a huge JBL speaker.
Oh my lord.
You just go to YouTube and it's like obnoxious bike sounds. It's a Harleys are typically for an older crowd, in their 40s to 50s, as you'd imagine. Most people at this age are just trying to enjoy a peaceful ride and aren't trying to get involved with the drama. Sadly.
Yeah, maybe they're retired or something.
There are those.
But then again, that's usually someone who's in their 60s.
Who openly poke fun at the young people covered in full biker attire, riding their crotch rockets.
You mean crotchets?
Many sports bike riders think Harley riders are grouchy old men that are desperately trying to live up to their grizzled tough guy aesthetic. Something perpetrated by things like movies like Easy Rider or show.
Easy Rider. Oh, that reminded me of a, what was it? Was it a
Sons of Anarchy or the very well-known biker group, the Hells Angels Outlaws?
Hells Angels.
You wanna know what fucking freedom sounds like?
Where's is there Heaven's Demons as well?
Sounds like this motherfucker right here.
It wouldn't surprise me if something like that existed. Okay, I wasn't expecting this, but then again, we were talking about... Oh, Lord of mercy, where is this even going?
I'll tell you why I'm
Hello,
Glock
Glock 40.
Listen to my dad talk about bikes, and he barely knows anything about them.
I mean, my dad has joked about wanting to get a motorcycle more than once.
It's one of the most infuriating and yet nostalgic things ever.
Eh.
My dad did everything he possibly could to make his bike as obnoxious. Yeah, he had to have been disappointed in me. There's no other reason that a man would need to be viewed or to be seen with that machine other than I am just deeply unhappy with my living environment. My son is not fulfilling me. I'm going to put it in loud pipes and Italian leather seats. That's why. It's not hot. Fuck you. To achieve this, however, they're willing to spend a ludicrous amount of money for a noticeably slower bike. Sports bike riders feel that they get no respect from them, so they refuse to give it in return. There are many videos of Harley riders getting incredibly aggressive on the road, with most riders prematurely anticipating a tense encounter whenever they cross paths with one. That's what I love with Harley riders, is they're sitting there and you'll be on the road. First off, they can never just have both hands. They're going on the road like this.
Yeah.
Are there some people who don't even put their hands on? They're just texting?
Oh, Lord of mercy. Hell no. I've seen people ride bikes without having their hands on the on either of the handlebars, and I'm like, I don't think I could do that, because I'd imagine that it's gonna go off, it's gonna veer off course, and then I'm gonna fall over. Yeah, it's just slouching over. Not even...
In many cases, passing a Harley on the road is a quick way to infuriate them and cause unnecessary confrontation. Many sports bike riders will upload videos of them getting cut off and flipping the bird for literally no reason.
Oh, how many of these appear on one of those Idiots in Cars compilations? We need to look at another one at some point, and then I can point out all the bullshit that they be up to.
I simply don't want anyone to appear superior to them on the road. The peacocking there's a mutual respect, which first off, here's my thing. I don't like riding on the road with fucking motorcycles, because I'm almost like, I'm gonna be the statistic of the guy who fucking bashes into the back of one.
I bet. Wouldn't surprise me.
Fuck,
well, he is Papa Meat.
Eat a McRib.
Yeah, so riding a motorcycle while eating a McRib. What a way to die.
I look like
And then there's a... Oh no.
My life's ruined. I've ruined someone else's life, but see, selfishly, I'm already like, well, there goes my life. Have you seen?
Yeah, well, you lost your life if that's what happened there. Oh no, fuck no. This guy, that's a bitch move. That's a bitch move right there. Didn't use their turn signal. No. Good fucking God, no. That guy, no. This is why you use your turn signal when merging lanes, and you be patient when using your turn signal. You always, if you know that there's someone behind you that's going to pass you, but you want to merge, just let them go, and then, yeah, let the people behind them know that, yeah, I'm gonna let this guy pass, and then I will merge.
Just collapse because they got up and moved.
Oh yeah.
It's like organ failure or some shit. You know you never get that in.
Oh Lord.
That's true. That's
Can't
why.
pop a wheel in a Toyota Corolla.
Oh no.
The Saudis, they could do.
Oh Lord of mercy.
And they're putting Middle Eastern music behind whatever Nick's saying.
They could.
Well, it depends on what you mean by Middle Eastern music.
Have you seen them? They get their cars up on 2 wheels.
Not the McRib. Oh, is this something that actually occurs in Saudi Arabia?
Oh yeah? Ask the Saudis.
That's the Saudis.
Harley
Yeah.
Rider, dude.
You gotta look for a bike for me.
Well, let's go. We in this video, we're gonna go look for a bike for you. Like, what fucking bike would fit this man?
We're Harley Davidson. We're here to have Nick pick up a Harley.
All right. Pog face, Pog champ. Love to see it. Getting a Harley. For a moment, I thought that was a smoke detector, but it may have been a shoe scraping against the floor.
What kind of bike do you think he would be on? I'd be on like a fat boy. I look at him, he's like a slender man, feels weird.
Acid rubber band on cheap sub bud. No, no. Someone, there was a video that popped up in my recommendations regarding the truth about the McRib.
I don't see you.
Because, oh snap. No, they didn't. A boneless rib sandwich. What will they think of next? Martin Luther King Jr. in that one Boondocks episode knows that he shouldn't eat them, but they're for a limited time only.
On a big, like, I don't see you on that guy.
You know, I don't really know how to answer that question, man.
Nick later went to a Toys R Us and bought a Ford Raptor. How the hell would you be able to get something like that at a Toys R Us unless it was in a toy form? What else did I expect? Oh my god, no. Me and my sister had one of these, only it was before that they added these little weird faces. Congrats, Nick. Also, the Harley dealer was really nice and cool. Well, at least he was chill.
In one video, a Harley rider gets so upset after a man on an e-bike makes a mistake on the road that he circles back to pass him by again while swinging around a chain like
hell no.
Like a madman.
Oh my god, no. That reminds me of that one part in Resident Evil 5 where Chris and Sheva come across a bunch of the infected Magini riding motorcycles, whipping chains, and if you don't get the quick time event, you end up getting a game over.
Well, that guy's waiting to use that chain. Oh, yeah. You don't carry around a chain, not to be like, there it is. You just.
Yo, I got to have my chain, and if I lose my chain, then I'll no longer be part of the rat crew.
Let loose the demon.
Oh.
The man filming notices that the back of his shirt says, "Fuck you! I have enough friends."
Okay.
I want to say, here's another kind of a hunter's tip right now.
Okay.
If you have any beam shirts like that.
I don't really have any shirts like this, although I wouldn't be opposed to them. I usually get the shirts. Sorry, the shirts that I have, they're either work shirts or they're shirts that my parents have bought for me on like birthdays and on my birthday and stuff. Like I have a few Zelda shirts. I have a DDR themed shirt. I have my work shirts, and I don't really have any shirts like this per se.
Throw them away. Don't wear them.
Don't wear.
Gift them. Usually the younger people be like, "This would go great on Grandpa." He's walking around tucked into his jeans.
I'm a grumpy old man. I was born in May. I'm too old to fight, too slow to run. I'll just shoot you and be done with it.
I don't give a fuck what it says, bitch. But that's the kind of person that's wearing this shit. Stories like these certainly make people hesitant to join in on the fun. Many people on the
starting to feel like Harley culture and group rights are overrated.
The community pages admit that while they've ridden for a long time, they feel discouraged from attending events because it seems that many of the participants treat it like an audition for a Sons of Anarchy background character and focus way too much on looking hard to the point where they side-eye and judge anyone that doesn't fit that vibe. Many are in complete agreement with this assessment. Other Harley owners admit that.
I tell everybody that Harley riders are kind of assholes. Who's got the best stereo/speakers? Who's got the fastest? Who's got the loudest? Whose leathers have more bedazzle on them? Who's had a layer down more blah blah blah. I do say, you get this group of people together for a charity and they show up and show out. It's incredible to see all these rough-looking dudes and girls come together and raise money and awareness for a specific charity. When it comes to charities and fundraising, these folks have heart. Almost makes you forget that they rev the shit out of their bikes at red lights for no reason. Oh, that actually kind of that second paragraph reminds me of the One-Eyed Snakes and Bob's Burgers.
People turn out for charity events and can put their energy to good use. Oftentimes, they're still incredibly insufferable as riders, which I thought was a big thing. Is I've seen that the more that I see bike riders, you know what? I see them more for like charity shit. Bikers for cancer. Bikers for cancer. You get cancer, man.
Oh no. Well, yeah, that's the irony, right?
Get those kids. In reality,
well, smoke. Are you smoking yet?
There are weird loyalists in every subgroup of
Mama always told me
many sports bike riders, for example.
Pure sound, no music, That's how nature videos should be.
Can be just as infuriating. This debate has been had for ages, and tons of writers always chime in to explain.
Is this
how the drama
is this
obnoxious,
illegal?
but they're respectful to everyone, regardless of what they ride. There are plenty of people who have greatly benefited from taking the plunge and buying a motorcycle. At 2 years old, Michelle Hatcher was.
Sorry, just yawned a moment ago. That's what happened in that King of the Hill episode where they took a trip to. Where did they go? Nebraska or one of the Dakotas for some bike convention thing, and then they started arguing about the bitch seat.
Feeling extremely depressed and had no purpose in life. Jesus. Goddamn, do we know Michelle personally? That's some serious shit that fucking lay down there. Goddamn. Knowing she needed to make a change, she went out on a limb and bought a motorcycle to pursue a lifelong dream of living on the open road. And immediately, she claimed to have felt like a kid again. And all of her
Personally, I would love to go on a road trip. I mean, I know some people wouldn't like that because they don't want to sit on their asses all day just driving, but I honestly wouldn't mind going across America just to see all the sights.
Her previous troubles had gone away. Not only was it a way for her to get out of the house, but it was also boosted her confidence knowing she was taking control of her life. A year after she started riding, she discovered the Make Your Mark charity, which focused on bikers' mental health. Relating to their cause, she joined and immediately fell in love with it. She joined groups and met
Make Your Mark,
many
bro.
others like her, and now advocates for bikers' mental health through her own story.
Oh, I saw a map of Wales. Is she from Wales?
Which is pretty nice. For a second, it was reading that she's like, I just went on the open road and left my troubles. I was like, did she just leave her family? She's just like, bye-bye.
Oh, Lord.
But no, that's a nice little pot. It's just, but you know what it always boils down to is people just need someone to talk to. Yeah. Isn't it? Any kind of, I feel like any kind of person where they're just like, man, I just fucking feel horrible. You need a community. A lot of people are drawn to motorcycles for their look, but others, the base model is just not good enough. These people feel the need to add
So they gotta
ridiculous modifications to make their
road trips are fun.
rides
Yeah.
more appealing. It's common for people to
Yeah, it's just not fun when you have to sit in a car for hours until you start to feel the pain.
replace their motorcycle stock exhaust with.
So it's always good to at least stretch every now and then. The question is where, I mean, I'd imagine we'd spend night at hotels among other places, but that can get pretty expensive. So if you were to plan a road trip, you'd have to save up for that.
Third-party one. Some with specific intention of making it as loud as
humanly
possible. My father. I'd be like, he's changing one day, getting all fucking pissed off in the garage. It's like, what's going on? I'm changing this out. I'm like, well, what's the difference with it? And he's like, show me the old exhaust. The old exhaust was like really long and this one's really short. I'm like, that one looks shorter. He's like, it's gonna be fucking loud.
It's gonna be fucking loud.
People are gonna fucking hear this 2 blocks down. And I was like, cool. Like middle-aged biker guys come down. They're like,
You think that's like almost like a mating call? Like if you got a loud bike, other bikers.
Oh my god. Yes.
I think it was my dad desperately being like, I should have never gotten married and got kids.
Oh no.
Divorce! I want a divorce where she doesn't take half. You keep the kids and all that. I get the house.
Oh, I get the house.
You keep.
It's my half, all right. I helped rescue the princess. I did half the work. I get half the booty.
That's the half of myself I'm willing to let go. That's probably gonna be a recurring theme in this. Is me trickling back and being like, huh. I feel like my father was probably very unhappy with where he was at.
That actually makes sense. If you want your bike to be as loud as possible, so when you scream, the bike.
Yeah, it covers the screams. Oh, there's Dad. He's just having fun in the garage again. Openly, 25 beer cans.
Oh Lord have mercy.
He's trying to kill himself with the exhaust fumes.
Oh no.
Close the fucking door.
All right, Daddy, I love you.
Yeah. Many bikers strongly
The people who intentionally ride loud motorcycles through city streets are bad people.
Encourage this type of stuff to avoid infuriating the general public. One man from a quiet neighborhood describes how his neighbor, who modified his Harley to be much louder, revs it in the garage for up to an hour.
For up to an hour, just so that you could get that sweet satisfaction of the
Even as late as 1 in the morning.
Oh Lord have mercy. I mean, it's almost 4 in the morning where I am, but thankfully I've never had to deal with anything like that.
So intensely that the vibrations shake his home.
Oh Lord, so it causes earthquakes a mile away.
Oh yeah! Tyler, I know, baby, I know. Just hold on. Dad, go back to bed, Josh. Vibrates his whole home. If I was a kid, I'd be horrified.
I was at my friend's house, and that happened to me. His parents' buddies came over to show off their new hogs, and for an hour straight, we were just sitting out there, and they're just like, hey, hear this, and they're just revving for an hour.
That's all he did was just rev for an hour.
So they're not actually doing anything, they're just making noise. They want to show off their bike by showing off the noises that it makes, instead of showing off what it can actually do.
I had a buddy. He lived down the street from us. His dad just got divorced from his wife. And like this was, I mean, like early 2000s, it was so popular. American choppers made it popular.
Oh, is it? Oh Lord.
In the early 2000s.
Oh, one of these shows made a guest appearance in King of the Hill.
But then it was like, then as soon as every man got a divorce, they got a Harley. And the guy was just like drinking alone in his garage and just like revving it as loud as he could.
Oh Lord, so it's a coping mechanism.
That's immediately what made me, I'm like, I bet you my parents are gonna get divorced. divorce in. If I ever show up to work
with a Harley,
just know there are some papers that need to be signed.
Oh no.
One of the most common and well-known modifications is the long handlebars, or as they call them in the biking community, ape hangers.
Ape hangers? I've never heard this term before.
I'm not gonna call them that though.
I'm just gonna call them handlebars.
These handlebars can range.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah. Oh, I see what they mean by ape hangers if you're gonna do it like that. I just realized something very fucked up and I apologize for it.
Anywhere from a foot to nearly 3 feet long is usually found on hard.
No, I don't. Is it even possible to do it like that?
Many bikers claim they need the long handlebars to ride their bikes, or else they have severe shoulder pain.
I don't know about that. I mean, when it comes to a DDR pad, there's like the bar that you lean on. If it's too tall or if it's too wide, then it causes me more shoulder pain. I prefer to keep it the length of the average pad.
And numbness in their hands. That's diabetes. Ape hangers are also a popular choice for fatter riders since the handlebars help extend their arms and prevent them from hunching their backs.
It's not very utilitarian looking. I do know several fat guys who say they help with their back. Although I think that could be solved with proper exercise and handlebars that come a little back further and higher based on arm length.
Others don't see the appeal because they say they look fucking stupid.
Yeah, they look strange.
Like how you handle your bike, but look at this guy.
Look at that. No, that doesn't even look that comfortable. There's no way that that's more comfortable than just a regular regular level. No, all the blood is just your body's gonna have to work a little. Your heart is gonna have to work a little harder just to pump it up there.
This guy. I love it whenever it's literally like almost like a BDSM swing. Their feet are fully extended like this and their hands are up, so they're just like.
Oh no.
Hey, let me go down to Costco real quick.
What are you getting at Costco with your motorcycle?
What am I getting on Costco with my motorcycle? I'm gonna get the 5th season of The Office on DVD.
Why the 5th season?
Totino's Party Pizza.
Oh, I haven't had Totino's in a long time.
That legit, like that was already terrible. I guess if you're hanging on it, you're not actually keeping your weight up, but
I don't think I want to be dead.
I remember when their pizzas used to be circular.
I feel what's wrong with this?
This hurt your shoulder, your pussy.
Oh, yeah, how is this? That feels wonderful.
No, I don't understand that at all.
Your shoulder.
No, it looks very uncomfortable.
Won't lonely pussies ride with their hands down like that. Another ridiculous looking mod similar to ape hangers is the extreme rake. An extreme rake.
A rake? Wait, oh, is this?
Super long forks to the front of the bike.
Oh, so something like. No, I'm guessing no, is there? I'm assuming that there's a combination of this and the high up handlebars, and it probably looks ridiculous as hell.
To get more stability while sacrificing short turns.
We
don't need those. Though many classic choppers have made these modifications.
Oh, so
many bikers don't recommend.
Bikes like choppers are for show, not at all practical for street, and probably impossible on gravel. Main thing you want for gravel is good suspension.
They're usually for more experienced bikers and only ever really appear in shows. They're not practical at all for the road.
They don't, yeah.
And they're impossible to use off-road.
They look very absurd.
Have you seen American choppers? That's what we do because it looks fucking badass. Remember Will Smith?
Yeah, it's just for aesthetic.
Huh? Remember the spider bike? Remember the 911 bike?
Oh, hell no. There's no way there's something like that exists.
What? There was a night they did like a firefighter bike for the.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Really? Yeah.
Were you there when they built the ladder to heaven?
While radios are a standard feature in cars, radios and speakers on motorcycles are a controversial modification.
I'd imagine, since it's kind of hard to hear, knowing that you hear all sorts of cars around you and then there's the wind blasting in your face.
While listening to music can be a great experience, that is why so many bikers choose to buy helmets with built.
Right, this would make a lot more sense. So that way it drowns out a lot of the surrounding noise.
However, some people want to feel the wind through their hair and choose to put a radio and speakers on their bike. And many riders despise this and find it infuriating to be stuck at a light listening to their loud music.
Yeah.
That's like one of the only things I love about bikers.
I mean, technically you get that with a lot of people just driving regular cars. You can, I'll be in my car, my windows will be rolled all the way up, and then right next to me there's some guy blasting music.
Is pulling up and listening to what a biker's listening to, it's almost never what you expect to be. What would you expect? If you pull up to you're driving up to a car or whatever, you see a guy sitting there and you hear music coming in. What music do you think is coming in?
8 times out of 10, it's rap music.
If you're looking at what's music? Molly Crew, some hair rock from the 80s, right? Something like that. Anything else?
Radiohead.
You think that a biker would be listening to radio? Okay, sure, we'll say Radiohead.
I don't know nothing about Radiohead. How did I make myself into a raccoon? I commissioned someone to make the model for me.
Almost every time I've done it, it's been
Yeah, it's a VTuber model, basically.
disco.
Oh, disco.
I've heard ABBA numerous times.
Dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17.
Almost to the point where I'm like, these motherfuckers like getting together, being like, you like ABBA do. Somebody was completely unapologetic about it, like a man that was caught sitting shirtless at a gas station.
Oh, of course. I was about to make a comment, but I decided I'm going to keep it to myself because it's a little too personal.
Posting on his hog,
if you know what I mean.
While blasting obnoxious music.
Well, how if not? It's cool. Thank you. I think it's really cute. It's very cute and it's very neat. It's expensive though, so.
In particular, noticed that he was being filmed and started stalking the car until he reached
hell no.
a parking garage where he had to hide before the altercation broke out. There's no reason to. You gotta watch out with filming people. I hate feeling like I'm being a nuisance, but also I don't want to film the wrong motherfucker. There's like a 14-year-old.
I would never film someone like that for any reason, not unless I was just taking in an environment. But then again, I don't usually film anything. The most that I would do is take pictures of my DDR scores,
out there who could kill us.
along with miscellaneous other things.
Could be a thing. There's a 12-year-old out there who has probably 3D printed a gun. You're sitting there.
That wouldn't surprise me, even if it's a fake one. As long as it has an orange tip, I doubt that that 12-year-old is going to get in any real trouble.
I almost haven't. Well, I don't think it's a gun, but where I was filming like a Walking Dead kind of just for fun, and I went to a very low-income place.
Question: you were filming a Walking Dead. What does that mean?
Was he playing Walking Dead or something like that?
zombie like background. It was just for fun. I was trying to make a zombie. We can show some footage of it.
So he was just trying to make a zombie.
First off, get out.
He was trying to do a Walking Dead and make a zombie.
What the fuck you're saying?
Which, by the way, we need to play the Walking Dead games at some point.
But then also, I was filming a Walking Dead. It wasn't for anybody. It was for fun. So you're saying is that you went to a poor neighborhood and filmed people and said they were zombies. Is what you're saying? Is that
that sounds pretty suspicious when you say it out loud.
what you're saying?
Just the buildings, like a post-apocalypse. We were doing like tech scout.
So you went to a low-income neighborhood and said,
and exploited them.
This would be the perfect spot for a zombie apocalypse. Now, Nick, do you think that's a bit insensitive?
Now,
that's what I said.
Yeah,
right.
Sort of.
But anyways,
how old were you when you did this?
Oh, I was like in my 20s.
Figures. You have a little more freedom to do that kind of shit.
Try to give you an out there.
I, anyways, drove by, and then these guys noticed us, and they walked out, and they were pointing. Anyways, they came up to the cars, like, what are you doing out here? I was like, oh, we're just filming for
just filming.
zombie movie.
I think your neighborhood looks pretty dilapidated, like the apocalypse happened.
Oh no!
Film zombie stuff out here.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Why are you mad? The music, according to a man.
What the fuck?
Who often attends
Is that the Mario font?
Daytona Bike Week is very often the same.
The douche nozzle move. Nobody wants to hear your music at highway speeds, let alone in town. Daytona Bike Week has hundreds of bunched up hardly Abelsons with stupid loud systems playing Bad to the Bone or some misunderstood anti-patriotic. Oh Lord have mercy.
Rotation.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Tracks like Bad to the Bone, Sweet Home Alabama, and Born in the USA, which are the classics, right? Classic bike stuff. I'm telling you, they're sprinkling in pop. That's a little spice.
A little bit of pop
on top of their classic rock.
Yeah, watch them. Watch Ariana Grande suddenly just start blasting because they got one less problem without you.
60s rock, you know? Not all mods are just for looks or a few minor technical differences. Other more wild mods, like the Vibrator.
Oh, hell no. What the hell is this?
Help passengers have a sexually euphoric experience.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And I thought I saw everything. I mean, yeah, your face when you realize you have the best motorcycle seat ever. Well, they took... What would you call this? I mean, allegedly the back seat of a motorcycle, at least according to King of the Hill, is the bitch seat. But what would you call it if it was like pimped up like this? The hoe seat?
Bet you didn't think we were going there, did you? If you've ever wanted to goon while riding your motorcycle...
No, I don't think I would.
The Vibrator is the device for you.
Why would you need something like this? You're already driving and you're already driving out on the road and it's naturally gonna vibrate. Why would you need to add more to it?
Built into the seat, the Vibrator is
no.
A remote control
There's
vibrator that lets either the driver or the passenger control the vibration intensity for the low cost of $140.
I thought the way that measuring, that little tape measure thingy was moving, I thought it was spinning, that it was causing some sort of spinning, and I was like, oh no, I don't want something like that.
This is what I need. Look at
I wouldn't want that in my car.
That's what I'm talking
So is the thing they're trying to sell to men though too?
Yeah, it's just like get your girl on.
I'm saying for the rider. If the rider's sitting there and he puts up his boob shoot.
No, no, no. Keep that to yourself.
Is that something that can stimulate? Can that stimulate your prostate, Nick?
No, 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 no. Stop it. No, I'm not dealing with that.
The little boy in the passenger seat of the fucking Winnebago driven by is just like hearing
And a Winnebago?
coming from the thing over.
My expression exactly. Absolute cinema.
The company markets its product by having a booth at biker shows and rallies and letting riders test drive it.
No. Oh, no. There's no way. Freaking use condoms ass thing is... Whatever that sentence I just said made no sense.
When we went to that,
That's how absurd this is.
and they had the little vibrator.
And this is a specifically Harley thing.
That's so you could sit on it. I was like,
no, you did get whipped though.
Mm.
That got demonetized in another video.
Did it actually?
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? There's.
I am not monetized yet, as far as I can tell.
There's definitely a thing about people that are that openly sexual. I'm not that kind of person.
Nope, I'm not that either.
I didn't do it for sexual reasons. I just did it for.
I don't know. That sounds like cap.
I just want to say I did not fight you to get on that thing. I looked over. I was like, "Where is he?" And I saw all of a sudden he's getting chained up on this thing. Film me. He's like,
no.
Completely on an act. He's like, I don't know. Film me, man. You filming? On their website, they have multiple.
Okay. Alright, so a lot of this video is age restricted and only available on YouTube.
Test demos videos that show women both young and old enjoying the ride.
Mm.
And telling their husbands they need one. I think I'm gonna need one of these. My panties are ruined. I don't need one of them. Most of the people we've covered are casual riders. However, the biking community contains much more die-hard members.
I'm sure it does.
You can often find within
There's Outlaws Australia and Banditos Australia.
motorcycle gangs and clubs. Motorcycle clubs
And Outlaws Pennsylvania and Hells Angels Virginia.
are a way for riders to form a community for group riding as well as hosting community events. Often, they've centered around a theme. It could be based on a bike brand or
Snails,
even
whatever the
consisting
hell.
exclusively of veterans. Car riders, veterans, furries, one piece
Oh lord, just working. Well, now I have to click this reaction. I'm not going to because I don't feel like it.
I'm sure there's a One Piece fan motorcycle group. Put it up.
I'm sure there is a One Piece fan mode. It wouldn't surprise me. The Luffy's. I mean, well, technically, Hank Hill considers truckers to be... No. He considers Hank Hill considers truckers to be the last cowboys. Motorcycle gangs would low-key describe Luffy or whatever. Granted, I don't watch One Piece, so I wouldn't know.
There are also outlaw motorcycle clubs or gangs that are essentially criminal organizations that engage in
Yeah.
trafficking drugs, money.
Well, guess what? What's her name roams with gangs, and then Eric Cartman roams with 12 gangs, and they only commit hate crimes.
Abduction.
I'm certain that's a thing.
Make sure to really
Make sure you distinguish the low-key outlaws from the high-key ones.
When you tell people,
It'll save your life one day.
well, I'm in a biker gang. Are you in a biker gang, or are you just have a club?
Yeah, is it
You're joining the right guy.
is it a club, an alliance, or a fellowship? Because I know that SpongeBob and Patrick had all sorts of biker groups. They had a biker gang, a club, an organization, alliance, and a fellowship. They also had a biker coalition, but that one's fairly exclusive.
Yeah, make sure you're joining the right thing. They're sort of like fraternities. You're essentially paying dues to hang out with a group of men. And similar to a fraternity, you can't just join. You have to go through several stages. This means spending time with the members, getting them to vouch for you, and so on, so on.
Yeah.
When you're finally in, you're rewarded with your club's 3-piece patch display on your vest. Not all clubs are joining just to look tough and boost their ego. Many of them are down-to-earth,
Yeah.
passionate people who just want to make
An Easter egg hunt. Burly bikers come together in court to help kids feel safe as they face abusers that hurt them. No, they might look like that they have... No, that's the stereotype. It's like they have these tough outer exteriors, but deep down they're a bunch of softies.
In fact, many motorcyclists love to give back to their community.
Right.
Patriot Guard Riders are a nonprofit
Riding with respect. Standing for those who stood for us.
rides alongside veterans,
America.
and funeral processions in order to honor them as well as show their respect for them.
Yeah.
Which is just
It's nice.
People who don't have a lot of family members left. It just shows respect and it shows that people you're honoring a life like that. On more than one occasion, people have praised the group for breaking up war protests taking place at veterans' burials.
Oh, man.
Baka.
Oh no, Baka, yes.
BACA, or Bikers Against Child Abuse, supports children who are victims of abuse by welcoming them into their organization. Each child 2 members who act as protectors and resources for anything they may need.
Sounds fairly cool.
Well,
Yeah.
Some of these stories are pretty absurd. Most bikers seem to be pretty respectful people.
Yeah.
We're just trying to enjoy a relaxing hobby, as is the most case with everything we talk about, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. No, for every group that exists, they're all a bunch of bad apples.
Keep reiterating the shit, bro.
They exist in all communities.
People fucking get pissed off.
There's a lot of good people in every community, and there's a lot of bad people in every community, and it's our job to discern between these two.
In most cases, you just try to mind your own business and not let the aggressive and performative weirdos ruin it for you.
Right.
Of course, you can never control how some of these people react. So
The real internet time traveler. Okay, yeah, that was definitely a fun. There are certain things that I most certainly was not expecting to be talked about. I was not expecting those freaking vibrating seats. That's... Yeah, I don't think so. So, thank you very much for this video, Papa Meat. I can't wait for your next Meat Canyon animated masterpiece. But, okay, it is 4:13, which means it is time to wind down for the night. Okay, I had a lot of fun on this stream. We actually got through, yeah, we are the good guys, because that's impossible. Yes, we're the good guys. We are the heroes in this world of NPCs. This is my story, and you're not part of it. But, well, and I'm just quoting someone, so everyone is a part of everyone's story, so, yeah. But it's 4:13 in the morning. I will be finishing up for the night. Thank you all very much for joining me. We'll be back Friday night for the DDR stuff, followed by our continued plays of Sonic Adventure 2. So, take care, everyone. Have a good day or night, depending on what part of the world you're in.